Hello, Internet. All one of you. Where's your hat?
In the Jeep. I decided not to do Indiana Jones tonight. Until I can carry a whip and a pistol.
I can help you with one.
Are you kidding right now?
It's the whip.
I bet it's the whip.
I was just gonna-
Oh,
It's a
Damn.
pistol. I could hug you.
I can keep yours.
I could hug you. I love
I'm just
arms
kidding.
being-
I don't have fire.
Yeah, especially after working at that ACT hospital all those years. It's like, oh, nice. I mean, yeah, they couldn't get away as easy, but still. And they definitely didn't like any of the Three Stooges stuff. It's like,
Lock the brake on one wheel. I need to win. He's always on our left over.
oh, let's see, what do we got here?
I was good in the chairs, got the wobbly foot one.
All righty. So, episode 1 follows episode 0. These people managed to meet and get caught up in a slightly awkward situation with one guy who was belligerent and one guy who wasn't. But after a archery contest and some wrestling, where both of our heroes here were defeated, that's where we stopped. But then during the archery competition, one of the arrows struck a passerby, and Zero was able to help the lady out with his incredible mind healing. So,
And act of kindness. I like it.
in the spring fair at Newstone, the town of Newstone, it is just south of the Emerald Forest, about 2 days travel from the main settlement outside of Lankmar. There is a very good mixture of elven and human communities in the city of Lankmar. And in the near recent past, there has been a influx of refugees from the south that were accepted by the Emerald Kingdom. And they were given the lands just outside of the Emerald Kingdom and south of the city of Lankmar to call their own. These elves were formerly of the southern lands, and they were driven out by human aggressors. And over the past 10 years, they've tried to assimilate into their northern cousins' cultures with many successes, occasional failures. Sometimes the people who already lived there didn't take kindly to the refugees because of them being poor and needing help and being crybabies. But for the most part, the elves and the humans there were helpful and attempting to make the new settlers feel accepted. But you'll always have those assholes that don't want to help and look down on people from other countries who are fleeing the war, things like that. And there's really nothing you can do about that other than put up with it. But luckily, you guys are just outside of that particular settlement, so it's not as big of an issue. What is a big of an issue, however, is that this albino female elf showed up. And there may be lots of stares and odd long looks at this unusual and unique entity. You've come to find out that her name is Volmir because Ein can speak the northern tongue.
And
And Volmir apparently knows, or for some reason, I guess is an emerald elf. It never came up in conversation. But she apparently does not know the northern common tongue. So you are translating when you can. How long it takes before that gets old.
They're very old.
3
Um,
levels
It's gonna say till level 3.
to level 3. No, level 4, right? The 3 or
I
level
don't know.
four?
I don't have this analysis table.
No, for them.
Yeah, we don't need it. She needs it.
Yeah.
Actually, I need her. She needs me.
You
Actually,
can't learn
you need
hers.
me
Boy, he could teach
Well,
it.
yeah,
because
Yeah.
because of the not common language, you can't learn it from her. I mean, I guess you could, but
You can't learn from her because they don't speak the same language.
exactly.
But you could teach it to them.
Well, I can tell you from modern day things, if you are dropped into a culture not knowing their language, you eventually will learn it.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna
Depending
say.
on how much work you put into it and your age. If you're younger, you pick up that shit quick.
I would agree with that.
If you're older, it
That's
just
why-
takes longer. Depending, some people never learn it, and because it's not important to them, I guess. There's other people
why
that
should I learn theirs? They should learn mine.
that kind of thing. Right? So that depends on
Get off my yard.
how you guys do that on your own. So the fair. This is the first day of the fair, and typical fair activities were being had. There were competitions of skill, archery, knife throwing, axe throwing, wood chopping, wrestling, lots of vendors selling most of the things that you would ever want to buy. All kinds of furs and spices and things. There's even you've noticed 2 or 3 different, not tents, but covered areas where the merchants from the Emerald Kingdom are selling specifically crafted elven things. So there's a lot of different things to be had. Seeing an elf in these parts is not unusual. Seeing a human in these parts is not unusual. However, there is the whether justified or not, the lack of faith in humans by the settlers, since that's what drove them away from their homeland all that time ago. Old grudges die hard. So there apparently hasn't been any of that here at this fair. You haven't seen any of that, and no one has said anything untoward or mean to any of the fair goers, as far as you know. So, after the incident of the stray arrow and the wrestling, there are horns a blasting, and as it draws your attention on this gorgeous day, there are these big sweeping green trees that kind of have over time been formed into an arch and a long tunnel. You see coming down mounted, armored individuals with tabards with varying symbols on them, colors, shapes. Those of you with heraldry, some of them you would recognize just as houses of the realm. There is a one that you all recognize, which is the Lords of Lankmar. So apparently they have a presence here amongst this group that is arriving. And then after about 10 more of these, there's a carriage, and it pulls up to kind of a staging area where the jousts will take place, and the carriage stops, and some of the mounted armed men, these all appear to be men in various states of age and tans and hair color. They secure the area, and then one walks over and opens the carriage door and folds out the steps, and out walks a man wearing a very big, very regal bearing, short, close cropped beard and short hair, wearing a silver crown, not a very gaudy crown, but small, much smaller than, say, the one that the king wore in Lord of the Rings, about half that size. And he then turns and puts his hand out, and a woman gets out. And the crowd, a lot of people kind of move that way, and you can, oh, look, it's Lord and Lady Marmaduke. Oh, they're great. They're kind of waving. And just after that, a man gets out, kind of a tall, well-built man, wearing the raiments of some type of religious order, with a scarf draped around his waist and hanging tassels. And do any of you have religion?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like you to roll the religion check, please.
I'm not prepared.
Shame on you.
Okay. Even with a 4, still pass.
What was your final total?
21.
21. Okay. So, you are. It's not quite coming to you what this is. You're there's. It's like in the back of your mind, you know that that's someone bearing the appearance of a religious individual, but you're not quite sure. Apparently, this particular religion isn't represented in where you came from and grew up.
Gotcha.
Apparently, it's right outside of this town. So, you all that wrestle, you are a little dusty. And are you wearing your armor? No? Are you? No?
Well, I'm wearing a cloak.
It's hidden in the trees.
I think it'd be kind of hard to wrestle in chainmail.
You can try.
Well, can we try again? Because my results the other night was not very good.
Yeah, same. I agree.
Maybe this is the problem was.
You are, you swear.
That's where.
Oh, cover your ears.
Children, come at your ears.
That story you told me.
You hear this coming off in the distance.
Is that a growl?
Probably.
Fucking Dargans.
And
Look at big pieces.
as you look,
Right.
Is this one of those rolls to see if you shit pants?
Roll a Constitution or shit your pants.
I need to roll.
past the carriage, and you guys are over here. Now remind me again who's who. I know this is Garrett because you have a spear. And this is Volmir because you're the only girl there and you have a bow. And I think this is you.
For right now, yeah.
Because there's 4 other figures here, so I don't remember who's who.
Which one's you?
I'm the one that's standing with the spear.
Oh,
So
I think I'm that one.
Okay.
I think, yeah, not me. Backpack short sword.
Which one?
Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah. That was and then
Okay.
right now.
Get that out of the way.
Probably the closest one.
Coming from past the carriage, you look, and the sun is kind of right there. I need all of you to make perception checks, please. It's a D30. Did you give her a D30 out of that? Oh, you got one. Okay.
Already did. 22.
21.
19. I don't know, I'm still level 0. So I have whatever I roll only.
I'm level 0.
You're adding your level
Are
to
you
your
a-
dice
I'm
roll.
level 1.
Yeah, mine says 0. I don't know why. Why does mine say 0 instead of 1?
Okay. So
I can't add anything.
out of the sky, before you can quite make out what it is, a wonderfully large dragon lands and proceeds to destroy everything right in front of you.
The people and the horsemen
Yep.
and all that other stuff.
All the nice.
I need
I'm running.
actions.
I ran when I heard the sound. I told you that.
I'm backing the hell up.
I follow my brother.
So you guys are fleeing. Are you fleeing as well?
I won when I heard the
Yeah.
sound.
I ain't messing with no fucking dragon.
I know what it was, but it sounded big enough and it was a beast. I didn't
All right.
I didn't even
So-
know it.
You guys run the opposite way, along with lots of other people. The
I
fair
imagine
goers
it's a-
are like attempting to go. The unfortunate part is as they start to enter or leave the clearing of the fairgrounds, they are met with apparently an army
Are
that have
fucking
you all
kidding me?
blocked.
One way to open up.
And as some try to skirt through, they are hacked down,
You get a picture?
shot.
So, who's shooting them?
Apparently, these people that are coming out of the woods.
Okay, these people are coming out of the woods. Are they elven? Are they human? Can you tell? Are they armored?
Do they have anything
They're
on?
definitely not human. I'll say make a perception check.
Do they have religious or?
From this distance, it's hard to see
It would be
apparently.
a negative. I don't
Okay.
perceive nothing.
But they're definitely attacking the fair escapees. You guys we're not near the edge, so you see this happen.
Do they have any symbols on
What
them?
do you do now? Well, make a perception check.
22.
So how far did we get when we started running before we see that?
What is this direction?
You got 60 feet with still another 400 feet to go.
Is that true distance there from the dragon house now?
Pretty
what it
close.
looks like?
Pretty close.
What is in my direction? Come towards this way.
You mean what's from here?
What's over here?
What's over here?
Yes.
More open field and more people trying to escape
Okay.
with
grab-
not good consequences.
I
Is there
grabbed
more
him.
army coming from this side way too?
Apparently,
Same story on my end.
Well, you guys are kind of all here, so
More army this way too.
I grab him. And I like just follow my lead. And I turn back to the dragon, and I just get down on one knee and put my head down.
how close do you get to the?
In an unthreatening manner, not that I'd be threatening to a dragon anyway, move me about 25, 30 feet.
I follow.
Not 30 feet. I thought those were 5 foot, 10 foot, about 5 foot
It's
square. That's what I would base my 30 feet was on distance from how many feet we were.
I look at Volmer.
Not from the dragon, from where we were. That's why you keep moving closer. I'm like, good lord. And I get down on my knee and
I'll look at Volmer and go,
how many we serve you?
and start moving forward too.
Only had one.
do you go with him?
I'll wait and see what happens.
All right. So are you going to go up there?
Yep.
Okay. And what do you do?
I'll follow suit.
You will bend the knee as well.
Yep.
Okay. Meanwhile, you're just there. Okay. So. This figure appears. It appears to be a small dragon person wearing those robes, carrying those things. One appears to be maybe a weapon, and the other one is a staff, which is a weapon as well. Covered in these blue robes with all kinds of symbols on them. Bare dragon feet. The face is dark, not golden, but brown, like a snake. And he looks down at the three of you. But his eyes then go off of you three as you bent the knee. And he stares at you. And he says, in your language, you will do nicely.
I just kind of eyeball.
And you understand that.
Yeah.
He says, come forward. A sacrifice must be made. What do you do?
I stand my ground.
Okay. He says, stubborn. Good. It will make your blood taste that much sweeter when you are consumed by the dragon. And then a couple of guys start coming out of the pack. Meanwhile, the screams of everybody, "Ah!" as they're kind of being held back. And now people are being pushed kind of in a concentrated area over this way. Meanwhile, two guys are walking up towards you, not in any secretive or stealthy fashion. You can hear them. And as they get closer, you can see that they are, I guess you don't know what they are because they're wearing masks that are fashioned as like a dragon's face. Do you do anything as they approach? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer.
I get ready to pull out my swords.
Okay? They are this distance away. They appear to be coming to get you. Would you like to declare an action?
I will cut my bow.
Okay, your options are attack, which means you're going to try to keep them from getting you. Parry, which means you don't attack them back, but they have a harder time getting you because you're basically just trying to fend them off. You can say you're going to ready an action, and then you would tell me what your action is and what the trigger is. Like if you say, well, if they try to touch me, I will attack them.
Okay.
You can run, you can move at a regular pace, you can run at twice your move, you can do a strength check and try to move a triple. And then that you can even go faster than that if you can make better rolls. And when you ready an action, you can't ready any action, or if you're going to ready an action, there are certain things that you can or can't ready. Like if you're readying, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, but there are certain times when you can ready something, but if they go ahead of you, it's not going to matter. That's why you might want to ready something that happens quicker than not. Okay? If they beat you on initiative, then it might not work. And then you're stuck.
Should we guard to it?
That's what readying is.
Okay.
Also, for you psionicis, and I know you were doing this last game, so I figured out what the deal is.
What?
Whenever I say actions and you say no action, so you can't, if you declare no action at the end of the round, you can't do anything that could be disrupted if you were to take an action. So in other words, you can't do a psionic power by saying no action, because a psionic power can be disrupted if you were struck before. Same way with casting a spell.
I see what you're saying.
You can, so.
Because you're once if they make contact with you in melee, then even though we go on an instant, you're involved in melee at that point once he hits you. So there's not a chance after that. That makes sense.
Or if it's, well, I'm gonna hold my action till the end.
So if I
You can say
now I can say power and then
whenever
not
your
do
turn
anything.
comes up, go
Yeah, okay.
hold
Yeah,
until
okay.
later phase.
So that's a better way to do it, to keep our options open. Now I could also at the end decide if I wanted to change it to attack, I could just attack at the end, right?
Well, no, because that means your powers, you've already started concentrating. So it's like a spell. If you're trying to,
But it's not, because it's literally instant.
okay, well,
That's why I'm asking.
So I'm going to
No,
explain to you
I'm
what the
just trying
rule
to
is,
understand.
and that's the way it's going to work.
Okay.
That's fine.
So I guess it's initiative unless one of you guys wants to do something.
Tell her to stand down.
We don't know.
It's a, you know,
So if these guys are coming up and we see her drawing swords,
I'm not looking behind me. My head's down.
I,
I'm 30 feet from her.
I look
I'm
at
worried
the
about this
person in front
dragon.
of me,
I already got behind her.
and I look up at the person in front of me in Morocco. Sir, I have no idea why you're here, but there's already been bloodshed. Is that not sacrifice enough?
Roll
A
initiative.
friend of mine used to always say,
Beat a 7.
you buy the ticket. You
11, 10.
make the decision.
That's an each one.
It's options are good.
That's
The old Pepsi Cola. You should
very far
order.
Well, yeah, that's a beach one.
Sometimes that's how you order.
Okay.
Oh, let us just so that this is her first roll with the
I know.
dice.
I'll just
Oh, is it?
So get ready to roll terribly.
And art, it could be great.
Well, that's not the worst it can be.
Okay.
But
Could be one.
7 beats in there. So
Could be a 10.
they
she
move.
rolled. Oh, she's rolling there. She never started. I think she rolls on you.
They move at that pace on their phase. Now it's your turn. I already forgot what you said your action was.
I'm gonna ready.
So whenever they get ready to attack you, you're going to attack one of them. Okay. You guys declare an action, so I guess you're not doing anything.
All I did was say
I'm
what I said.
All right.
I'm
So
not doing it.
they move up to threaten you. Which one would you like to attack? Random Dragon Guard A or Random Dragon Guard B?
Random dragon guard me.
All right. So take your D20. And what two weapons do you, or what weapon do you have?
That's fine.
My swords.
Okay. So you got a sword in each hand. Okay. So whenever you are using two weapons, the attack happens on the speed of the slower weapon. You have 2 short swords, so they're both fast. So with your primary weapon, look on your sheet. It should have a THAC0 for your primary. And that number is what?
For the short sword,
Yes.
18.
18? Okay, so roll your dice. 9, okay.
6. That's a 6.
6, okay. What's 18, your THAC0 minus your dice roll? So you hit an armor class of 12. That's what you would say. And I would say, all right, with your primary weapon, you swing and you miss. You miss him completely with that roll. He says, whoop. Now with your offhand, you can attack again.
That's better. 18 plus 1.
Armor class of 1. That is a hit. You bring your sword, misses, you take your offhand and you stick it right up near his neck. Roll damage. What is the damage on a short sword versus small, medium? It's the first entry there.
Pretty sharp sword.
See THAC0, see attacks, speed. then
See, here's your damage. So sharp, small, medium. So it's that one right there. But add your plus 6.
Total of 3. All right. So they approach. You say whiff and you miss. You take the second one, stick it in the neck. Like, ah! You see a little gout of blood come out and kind of dribble down the. And as he's close now, you can see he's wearing the kind of a cool looking. You can't say black armor because it looks like it's infused with some kind of. You know what metal flake paint is? It looks like red metal flake paint has been on this armor, either on it or made of it or something. And you do 3 points of damage. With a short sword, you can't roll high enough for a knockdown chance on a man-sized creature. Now it is their turn. So you attack one of the dragon guards. Oh my! Now the creature up here is like, oh, she's feisty. Don't kill her. So they will attack you. This one.
And does he say that in Morocco or Northern or in a different language that I don't hear?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do I understand what he says?
No.
Okay.
That means I don't either.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's all I was asking.
Pink die of death.
Yeah. Those think that
From
from
your
my
sister.
sister. She rolled them and they almost killed her. Then she gave them to Cobb and Cobb used them to almost kill her. And many other players.
All right.
Killing the
First roll against Bullmere is an armored class of 8. Is that
They
it?
roll 20.
Now on your left of your sheet, it should have your hit points, and then lower below that armor class. Your armor class is
wearing armor versus not wearing armor. You also got to remember
Sorry, down
that.
here. Yep, that's it right there. The bottom number. Yep.
6. All right. So with that roll, he takes his weapon. He strikes you, but your armor deflects the blow. The second one will move over here, and he will attempt to flank you. Do you turn to face him? If you do, you will give him a free attack. If you stay where you are, he will get a +2 from behind.
I will.
But before you answer, as he moves past your front square, you can take a free attack on him if you want. Let him go. Roll the hit.
That's the dude.
D20. Gotta hit him before you can damage him.
And then it's minus the.
You attack over.
Echo minus your dice roll.
Yeah.
So that's a. I hate that.
What'd you roll? 9, so 9 minus 8. Or you do minus 9.
9. Okay. You
9, 9, 15.
You hear a kind of a clink as your sword hits the guy, doing no damage. Do you turn or do you stay where you are? If you get one free facing change around out of your attacks.
I will.
If you turn, the other person gets.
Can we help her and explain to her the
Yeah.
differences?
And
So if you leave it the way it is, one guy's got a flanking of +2. If you turn into the middle of both of them, they're both going to have flanking. If you turn completely the other guy's going to be in your rear square, and he's going to get a better shot at you. In my opinion, you're in your best spot right now. Just leave it there and deal with him flanking you right now.
Oh, he rolls terribly with a 6. That's a total miss. You definitely move with your albino life way.
My skin is blinding.
All right. Now, apparently you've made these guys mad, so they're going to try to take you down. So this guy is going to leisurely walk over here to get a better look. And now, at the end of the round, you made 2 attacks. Well, you made attacks in 2 phases. So those are 2 points of fatigue. So you want to keep track of that. Just put 2 little marks.
attacks in 2 different phases.
Yes.
Wasn't it 2 attacks in the same phase?
That was 1. And then it was the next guy's turn, and she attacked on his turn. All right. Any actions from you guys?
What's the dragon doing?
The dragon appears to be watching, and I would like you to make another perception check, please. No, make it straight. Make it straight intelligence on a d20.
At it?
Yeah.
30.
Okay. You notice that the dragon appears to be enjoying this. Okay, actions from anybody. You're first because you're the closest to the action. You're going to continue to fight. You're going to try to move or get away. At the end of the round, you could have taken a half move, but depending on where you went, they were probably both going to get 3 attacks on you. So that's wouldn't necessarily been the smart thing to do. So what is your action this round?
Attack the guy in front of me.
Okay. Anybody else? Hearing nothing? Okay.
I feel like dying.
Roll initiative again. Roll a d10. Beat a 9. Roll a 10. Okay, so that means you're delayed a phase, but it's not going to matter because it's just you guys. You would have went second anyway. So. This guy will attack. Natural 20.
Fucking bad enough.
And just a regular hit. All right. So
It's not crit.
take 2 points of damage as a sword slices across your left arm. This guy here hits an armor class of 5, and I believe that's a hit because yours is 6. He slashes you on your leg for 2 more points of damage. Slit! And you can feel the warmth of your own blood now on your flesh as it stands out starkly against the whiteness. And now it is your turn. They will not move.
I just took 4.
Which, as you'll learn, isn't really that much in this game.
Well, it is right now.
Right now,
to her it is right now, but I'm just saying in the scheme of things.
eventually,
I'd love to only take 4 points there.
right? 4 points a game round.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Whatever.
Right?
Start to go
Fucking
like
20 points in this.
towards the group a little
You
bit.
have-
That way I can have both of them in my view.
You have one of these over there?
There's
If
one
not,
here.
You can use that, and you can show me where you want to go.
You have to explain to her how to withdraw.
So I'm gonna take this one, move it back a little.
Okay.
This way
So-
I can have both of them in my view.
If you withdraw, you can get there without them getting any attacks, but then you don't get to attack
And
as
you
well.
move at half rate.
So you can go back here. You just won't be able to attack either one of them before you go.
That's fine.
Okay.
And remember, it doesn't mean they're not going to move on their turn before they attack you.
Is that good, or do you want to be closer to them, or
Right.
right here? Okay. All right. So at the end of the round, I would like you three to make perception checks, please. On a 30.
12. 18.
Okay.
7.
They move up. But they don't get to attack. Because they've already attacked this round. You guys hear another wonderful, strange noise.
Wonderful.
Wonderful was like the first noise that was made wonderful.
No. This is like an ear-splitting, high-pitched wail.
We're close to the sea.
Like,
Ha, ha, ha.
So basically what I was trying to show. If you're right there, you got 3 front squares, 2 side squares, and 3 back squares. Back squares get a +2 to attack on you, sides get +1. That's just normal. Alright. This can be permutated any direction. So,
So where's
yes,
this
you can
sound
have
coming
it
from?
in a corner.
This sound
But
is
this
coming
kinda
from
the
behind the
general side.
dragon.
Okay.
Same goes for you as other characters. So if you are attacking from right back here to somebody, you get a +2, so on and so forth. That's how flanking and
Is
we'll remind you
sides-
every time it happens.
Is the dragon standing on the Lord and this is
Don't
Mama
expect you to remember that.
They were all burned to cinders right in this area.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right, so
it went up in a puff of smoke.
this creature appears.
The fuck?
It has 6 arms, 2 weapons, 1 in each side,
Okay.
and then a strange looking face that may or may not be armor or skin.
Something the mother couldn't even know.
It's got these purplish skin and these gauntlets on the forearms of its 6 arms. These boots, wearing a kilt, and this greenish topaz looking mantle. And it appears right
Appears
There.
like in the puff of smoke appears.
with your perception check, you're not sure.
Now is he facing the dragon?
Yes.
Kill it. Kill it, Dad.
I would like
I say to you, will it make it through to you?
okay. The dragon and it stare at each other, and that's where that round ends. New round. Actions. You are still being harassed. You guys here can hear the fighting happening here, and you realize how close it is to you, and this may encompass you whether you like it or not.
That's the
So, you're the closest to the fight, so what is your action? Parry, okay. And then we'll go with left, so you.
I'm going to turn around.
That's all?
Yes.
Okay. You're in the middle.
Do what I'm doing. Stand still.
Okay. Now, as far as I know, you 3 are still on bended knee.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Our
okay. Roll initiative, please. And since you're the girl, you have to roll initiative because I am a racist. Sexist.
Sexist.
4. I said racist.
It's sexist, racist.
Go speed racist.
So I'm gonna get
D10.
Go speed races.
Go.
A 5? Okay. So, anyone on very fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the flesh armor. I gotta look it up. So
I got it right here if you want.
yeah, me too. We might have it here too. It's fine.
okay.
Yes.
The ending song in the credits is really good.
I have the entire soundtrack somewhere. I like it. Can't wait for the next trilogy to come out.
Oh,
We're waiting for it forever.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mouse's whole plan was to basically come out with all 3 within a year of each other.
Yeah.
That's why it's taken.
This
years.
commercial announcement brought to you by Band-Aids. Band-Aids. Whenever you're slashed and burned, you have to kill time because someone is looking at something. Use a Band-Aid.
Did you see the movie's interview after the game?
I did not.
It rolled 10, so I'm successful.
And what happens?
Nobody sees anything.
Nobody notices anything.
I closed my eyes for a brief second and opened them up, and I don't know. I don't know how to describe something nobody sees. I just don't have any idea.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
Then we'll.
I'm open to suggestion. I just don't know how to describe something nobody sees.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sound. There's no in that particular one. Anyway.
But she says no one can see this change.
Fast, anyone? Fast is these 2 guys. So, when you parry, I will read you exactly what it says so you know what is happening.
Oh, I guess I do need to know what did wrong. So
Banded male on class
power
4.
check and mail. Gee. I mean, it's only one off what it could be out of the best.
Right.
I'll take it.
But it also does whatever. If you have dex bonus, it still allows that.
I don't.
to happen.
Okay, sometimes the best
I do.
thing to do, Palmir, is to take cover and try not to get clobbered. Any character can choose to parry as a combat action. Parrying is a no-move action that is in effect for the entire round. If the character parries, he cannot move, attack, or cast spells, or do anything else besides parry. Parrying reduces a non-warrior character's armor class by 1/2 the level. Warriors who choose to parry reduce their armor class by 1/2 their level +1. So, with you being first level,
+1.
you get 1 point added to your armor class, or subtract 1 from their rolls. But that might be the difference. All
I
right,
don't know how to do
so this guy hits an armor class of 6. What's your armor class?
6.
-1.
-1 because you're parrying.
Look at that. First roll.
Made a difference.
Actually, you were like, oh, and as he goes to slash in, you say, cha-ching!
Initiate.
This guy. Oh, he misses horribly with a 3. And you're just like, oh, come on, dude.
Now you're doing the whole matrix thing.
All right. So, okay, I need you and me to save versus spells. I am successful.
I'm successful.
I'm not.
Okay. You know, somewhere,
Wait.
somewhere in this
Save high or
vicinity.
low.
High. Everything's high
I
now.
failed.
Oh, bummer.
Wait a minute. Are we doing the admin thing again? Per se?
No, it's
We're
on your
just-
sheet. What you need.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
I failed.
Yeah. I mean, I still failed.
Okay.
I thought maybe change the formula for that. You know, I just got it wrong.
Okay.
I failed.
Somewhere in this area. It can't be millions of miles away. It has to be somewhere in this area. A sound of thunder mixed with a groan, mixed with anger, is heard by you and anyone else who happens to be psychic.
Do we know that what we heard is not
You know it's psychic.
okay? That's what I was asking. Oh, I look at you. I'm like, oh. Fail my saves, so I know I hear a sound and I know it's something. I don't know what to make out of that.
Okay. No, that's not it. That is not it. I just read this today. No. Okay. You, let's see. You?
4 points.
No?
Ah.
You feel your psionic power go away.
Shit. So
You feel your psionic power go away.
Does that include what I've already?
Well,
mean,
you
like,
paid
the
for this
what-
round.
So what I mean is that negated then, or I mean, does the power that I'm using?
Is there a
Does my
maintenance- is there a
yes,
maintenance
I know,
cost?
but I mean, does it make it go away because you just drained it?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
but next round it will.
If it requires maintenance cost. Okay. And then I would like you and you to make perception checks with advantage.
Oh boy.
Roll
Advantage,
30.
advantage means
Well, that's a success.
Yeah.
that
You roll twice.
you roll
That's
twice
a
and get the
success.
highest roll. I
I
rolled a 28.
Close. Close. Okay.
My second one was 19. But the 30 is pretty much
Yeah.
maxed out as it gets.
All right. You notice that the dragon and it was staring at each other, and the dragon shakes his head and looks up and prepares to do a breath weapon on this creature.
Okay.
Anyone on average? On loser side of fast, you turn.
I'm drawing my sword. So,
Oh boy.
I forgot. Oh, that's right. You said you were staying where you were.
I'm staying where I am. I'm
Okay.
gonna die.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's not forget, there's an army of these people out there, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
These are just two of the idiots that walk forward out of the army.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. Do it, man.
All
I
right.
can take down a fucking arm. Not right now. Durant ain't here.
The dragon
Yeah. I had to.
does its breath weapon on that creature. It tries to.
Please tell me it's only a 30-foot cone for this edition.
The creature makes it save, and not only does it make it save, but it puts its hand up like that, and the breath weapon just goes. a little smoke comes out, and you see the dragon's like, and it doing like this. And at that, this guy says, "Flee! Kali is here, flee!" Which, if you spoke that language, you would understand it, but you don't. And now, at the end of the round, the dragon flies off. He disappears, and the army runs away.
Those two guys.
Oh yeah.
Back what shooting.
Would you like to attack them as they flee, or would you like to? It'll cost you a point of fatigue, and obviously, if you roll horribly, you could fuck up. But you can still try to. If you're like really mad at them and you want to try to kill them, you can. You're allowed to go.
Also,
Okay.
side note, attacking a fleeing opponent is considered a bad thing to do.
We don't have an
Do
alignment.
it.
Oh,
We
bullshit.
don't have an alignment.
Take what you can and give nothing back.
Is
Oh,
does
wait.
that appear that's a helmet or is that like its face? Or is it clear? Are we clear?
Yeah,
on that?
you're not quite close enough. He's kind of
Okay.
facing the other direction.
Got freaking Thanos going.
All right.
That's what I was gonna say. We should call him.
He does though, pretty much.
So the creature then turns and begins to walk in your guys' direction.
Also, with that knee, I'm happy being there.
Yep, I'm
Does
happy
anyone
where
do
I'm at.
anything I need to be aware of? Starting with you.
I'm happy where I'm at.
You.
I'm going to turn and bend the knee.
I'm fine.
Turn, nod, then
Okay. Creature approaches.
And he slices it up.
Cuts all your
Ready to
heads
run.
off. That's the sound.
Next character.
Okay. So he looks at all of you for a second. And then out loud he says,
What language?
"You are safe from the menace."
Oh,
Speaking in Northern tongue.
I stand.
So I
We're
don't
safe.
understand.
thank you.
He saved us.
What was that?
Thank you.
He says, "Stand up."
I stand.
He looks over at you. You're all sonic power returns.
At the level we were at?
Yeah.
I dropped the bar. If I had that up.
He speaks to you, yet his lips do not move. And he says, "Why were the dragonborn after you?"
Oh shit. Oh. I tell him the truth.
You have to tell me. You have to speak as if Volmir is speaking.
Can I speak to him through my mind as well?
You can try.
I try.
Okay. What are you communicating to him?
What happened?
So you're gonna
Is
start
that
to tell
what
him
the
all
group
this?
to know yet?
Okay. Whenever you start doing this, he puts his hand up and he says, You do that. So you guys specifically you are gathering that this creature and she are having some kind of communication. You, however, are hearing a bunch of people back here that are like, "Oh my goodness, we're saved." And they're kind of starting to move back this way. So you proceed to talk this thing's ear off. And then he says to you guys and to you,
All up here or out out
hold
loud.
on. He looks at you and he says, "Do you think they were after you?"
No.
You both receive. Someone is attempting to communicate
That's fine.
with you telepathically.
I
That's
allow.
Do you drop your defense?
Yes.
He asks you the same question. Do you have any idea why the dragonborn were here?
I have no idea. I've never seen it before.
Never
No
seen
clue.
it.
And we respond that's through our heads.
Yeah.
He then says people are starting to come up and he says, "I cannot stay for long." And then he speaks to everyone without his lips moving. He says, "The coming of the White Witch is an omen. Make sure she chooses well so I do not have to return and put her down." And he proceeds to start to walk and then disappears.
So up close, face to face, was that his actual face? It's really hard to tell in that figure. I think you can't tell if it is or isn't.
The only thing I can tell you is, if it was his actual face,
Or is it unclear?
it moved as if it was not made of flesh.
Okay.
So, do we get something to eat and drink now?
I think we need something to drink now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna be.
The scorched earth off to the
Yeah.
side here,
I think
people are
festival's
starting to
over.
come up and
Hey, just another dragon, folks.
I'm gonna excuse me.
Nothing bad.
I go out and I start looking for somebody that might have been on the fringe of that and gotten hurt that I can help.
okay.
And so I just start moving for anybody that's on the ground that looks like they're holding their arm.
We will discuss. I would like to discuss what I'm speaking in her language. What he said.
And what do you so he goes off.
Yeah, figure that out. I'm gonna go figure that out.
You guys are talking.
You know what I'm doing. You know that.
And are you going? Are you staying there?
I'm staying right there.
Okay. All right. Did you guys want to talk now, or what? What do you want to do? Just stare at each other?
No, Oh, should I repeat?
I heard what you said.
Okay. Let's get the crowds calmed down, everybody back together. When everything's done, let's head back to me and my brother's place and we'll talk. And I just, hey, let's go find my brother. We need to stick near each other.
He's right over here.
We need to stick with each other for a while.
Okay. So meanwhile, Zero, you go find a person who's not obviously dead, but got like he's holding his arm and it appears to have been slashed underneath it in his ribs, and there's blood coming out.
I'm just doing a healing check, doing binding, stopping the blood, heal. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
You said you want high for everything now, but that's not. Well, how do you?
Look at your number next to your healing, and you add that to your 20.
Oh, add it. Okay.
Yeah, it makes it really easy.
36. Then.
All right.
It makes it really easy.
Yeah.
You fix this guy up. I'm guessing he's grateful, and other people are
I
like,
just
"Oh."
moved to the next person. Anybody that's wounded, please come forward. I just started bandaging
Okay,
people up.
so you did
I
that,
understand.
and then okay.
I was
so,
bandaging out of the
As you
crowd
guys
meeting.
are
Are you wounded?
Yeah, you can see she's bleeding on her arm and on her leg.
We can probably help you out later. Again, just stick with me and my brother.
Are you guys moving towards
Yes.
0? Okay, so you just did
He's
that.
asking for
And then
that it needs help.
These people come up, and I guess they join you,
you.
unless they want to interrupt you. Your work.
So when I finish with the next one or whatever, then do I notice that she's bleeding? I didn't really pay attention.
I'm going to say yes, it's obvious.
Okay, then I'll move over to her and I'm reaching for her arm and I get some bandage here out. So I'm gonna attempt to do. If she'll let me.
You can notice he's got a sack. It's like around his, like a, what do you call it? Like a travel bag?
A merce.
Satchel, thank you.
It's a merce.
And he's got, as he reaches in there, you can see him doing stuff, and then he pulls out these cloth and you can see that he's worked on somebody else. I think you saw him do this to the lady who got stuck with the arrow. So you're pretty sure that he's not going to.
I was shooting arrows.
At some point, I think, yeah.
You're pretty sure that he's not going to kill you. So, but you don't know what's in his bag. So, anyway,
white cross over a red blood.
So, what do you do specifically?
What? I'm sorry. Repeat what her injuries are.
As you examine her, you see her bleeding from her back of her left knee and her right arm. Right?
Left arm.
Left arm.
I do. Are you wearing arm? No, you said no. Or
She's wearing a gown that now has a hole in the sleeve.
so I
and
roll
a hole
her.
in the back, and there's this red that has stained her yellow gown.
So I don't know how free flowing this gown is. Like, is it tapered at the wrist, or to where I could roll it up, or?
I'll let her describe it. That's fine. You can be whatever you want it to be. It's a gown. Please, though.
Okay, so
The more
it's
detailed,
like
the cooler.
it's just like a commoner's gown. It's just
Is it like tied at the
over
wrist?
neck,
Is it
tied to the wrist, long
Okay,
sleeve,
so then I go to
long.
where the hole is and I rip it a little bit further so I can get to the arm. And then I start wrapping the bandage. I put a little paste on it and I wrap the bandage around just the arm, not the gown. Give me a roll for her, too. It's a big one-piece gown. Then I move to it's on the back of the knee. That makes sense.
Back and right knee.
Okay, no, you don't need to roll. You just do that.
I do the same thing with the back of the knee. I guess there I just pull your skirt or your
It's
gown
already
up.
cut, so all you gotta do is like. open
Yeah,
it a
well,
little bit.
I don't know how long your gown is, so
It's ankle length.
I'm not gonna rip I can just lift it up. It's not tied off your
Yeah.
ankles, right?
No.
So I lift it up enough to get to the knee and wrap the knee up. Same thing I did to the arm.
All
And
right.
I look at her and I say, "You good? Okay."
You don't know what he's saying.
Are you good?
He's saying potato soup.
Potato
Oh,
soup?
yeah. But thumbs up.
Itchy
Yeah.
cheesecakes.
Good.
All right, then I move on to the next person that's needing help. Nobody said anything.
Right.
So am I back to my original?
Hit points? No.
No.
That
I
requires
didn't do anything like
either
that. I
rest
just kept you from losing more.
or him getting to you within a round of you being wounded, and it is not that. And if he sticks close and checks on you every so often, you would fall remains under the care, and you would get back a little more hit points that
In the meantime, I started for other people.
Well, there's plenty.
All right.
So,
And to not run out of bandaging material, I look for. I look for another wound that might be on an arm or something, and they've got if they've got a full sleeve, I cut it off here so I can have the sleeve, and I start using that as bandaging. So I'm not going to run out of what I have.
there are enough people here that might require your help that you would run out if you chose to help everyone.
That's why I'm using their clothing, depending on where they're hit at.
Okay. So,
I'm not using my stock at this point unless I have to. But if I find somebody that's got
Well,
like a slash
you,
here or something,
you,
then I'm gonna rip the sleeve off completely. Use part of the sleeve for that. Keep the rest of it for the next guy if I run out. Same thing. So I'm manufacturing.
you realize that what you have is specifically created to help people heal and the things in your bag. So if you don't want to use what you have specifically for that, you know that you won't be performing up to your capabilities.
But I also know I'll
You
run
can-
out fairly quick.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to bind wounds that can be bound with anything.
Yes, anyone can bind wounds.
Right, and that's what I'm doing here, is binding wounds. I'm not healing anybody. I'm not going to continue to take care of these people throughout the night or the next day either. I'm stopping bleeding, that kind of stuff. If I find somebody that's looks like they're going to die, if it's somebody that's really wounded, I'll do a diagnosis on them. If it doesn't look like they're going to make it, depending on, I don't have a lot of power left. So, I mean, I'm doing triage, basically. There's too many people. I can't. That's why I'm not using my bandage anymore. It's just triage. I'm binding wounds.
I understand.
I'm helping those who be helped.
Oh.
And if they're beyond that, then I let whoever they're with know.
Okay, what are you guys doing while he's doing that?
How far are we away from the last one?
I'm in it.
50 yards.
Is there anything left over there, or was it all just turned to
There's
Fire.
some wood that looks like it was how do I say this? It's got these weird burn marks on it, like not like it's sat there. There's no fire there. It looks like there's a different kind of heat damage. Roll a 30.
29 total.
Yeah, it's kind of like fire, but not quite. Because if it was fire, there would still be wood burning from the carriage, but it's not. And there are bones and some flesh remaining, some clothes.
Is the plate mail still there?
It looks as if something definitely coursed through them and caused some type of.
Well, is there, what I'm looking for, is there a spear or a shield still intact?
Roll a charisma check.
Total?
Yes.
20?
20. Okay. So you go over and you start picking through the remains, and there are apparently some people here that kind of taken aback by that, and then some of the local people are like, "Hey, get out of there."
What are you going to do if everybody comes back? I'm finding a weapon.
What do you think you have?
I don't have a spear with me.
So you don't have any.
I got my short sword.
Roll a luck roll. Roll 30.
So,
7. Okay. Nope.
okay.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm busy as I'm not.
Nothing? Okay, the sun starts to set. The fair has been ruined, and the atmosphere and the crowds have dispersed until finally some of the last few people seeking help walk away, giving you their thanks. And I'd like you to roll a charisma check. On a 20.
Yes. No, I mean,
total?
yeah, 19. I rolled low.
Oh,
Wait. Never mind, it's 9, so I was 3. So, 25.
25. Okay.
9 plus 6.
You are tipped from these assortment of fairgoers in lesser amounts, a total of 5 golden, but it's in coppers and silvers. So 30 silvers and yes, correct.
What do you think?
30 silvers and 20 copper thumbs.
All right.
So those people seem very grateful.
Okay.
And now the sun's going down.
Are there any of the booths or?
They're packing
Well,
shit
I
up.
mean, the people that might have died and owned them, are there any being left behind because their owners are no longer there? See what I'm saying?
I guess.
Surely somebody was caught in plays that
It was.
owned something.
Yeah, it was mostly the nobles and their retinue that got torched. So.
Well, I meant with the other fighting going on with the.
Roll 30.
I
Roll
don't
luck
know.
roll.
20.
Okay. You find about 5 stands and or places that look like they were selling something, but apparently either the stuff was removed by who owned them or it has already been looted.
I was just looking for like one would have been bolts of cloth or something. You get some like white cloth bandaging, or maybe there was a herbalist there or something like that supplies. Because everybody else was gone, so.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
Guess I'll look around for them when I'm done.
Well, they didn't do anything, so apparently
They're
they
just
just
standing
kind
there.
of hung out with you the whole
Oh.
time.
Hello.
Hey.
Let's go home.
Agreed.
You guys are like hungry and thirsty.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Very tired.
You feeling okay? Are you,
You good?
yeah.
Sleepy.
Tired.
Okay.
So what inn are you guys staying in?
We're going back.
We're going our home. You're welcome to come with us if you want.
So I still got stuff in the barracks. I got 2 days to be out.
You got what? What's for season?
I was with the local militia.
Oh,
My term's up. I got 2 days to be out.
Oh, to leave town?
To get out of the barracks.
Oh, so you're still in the barracks, right? So then you've got a place to stay.
Yes.
Okay.
I look forward to.
Nice knowing you.
And that's where all my stuff's at.
Well, let's go home. I'm tired. She's tired.
Yeah.
I'm wiped. Tell her I'll help with her other ones.
Already have.
But, okay.
That was
We continue to, at least, I guess the 3 of us go home. I don't know where the barracks are. Are they,
Yeah, you don't know.
well, I mean, or is he heading the same direction we are? I don't. We're walking that way as we start to walk. I don't know where
Go
you are.
back towards town, yeah. Guess we're just right outside of town.
The barracks, they're in town. Newstone. So I guess you guys are all walking the same way?
Mhm.
Sure.
Roll me a d12.
001.
12.
Damn it. All right, so you make it back to the barracks, and you make it back to your.
We'll see you later. Maybe we'll
Family
hook up
home.
tomorrow or something. I don't
As,
know.
Good.
once he's in the barracks and we keep on walking.
We're the 15th farm on the left as you go down this road after the big maple tree on the right.
Okay.
I I explained to her that I wish to speak about the whole white bitch thing.
What about it? I don't know anything about this shit. What the hell is that all about?
What she does, because what the hell was that? It apparently has to deal with her.
Well, you find out because she don't speak our language. So you find out and then tell me what you find out. I'll worry about her wounds and I got to recover myself. I spent a lot today.
I understand.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm perfectly
All right.
fine.
Well, we going. It's not our house. It's our parent. It's
Yeah.
a family farm. So,
Well, there it is.
and the family is trading goods in Langmore right now. So there's nobody home. At least I hope there's nobody home. They're
Right?
not supposed to be in family. So we.
How big of an operation is it?
Oh, it's not.
No.
It's. I don't know. We have to write that back.
Yeah.
Can we leave that until we write it? We haven't got that. It's a modest house. It's not a mansion by any means. It's not money. It's
Probably maintained by just the family.
yeah. There's no help or anything like
Yeah.
that. I mean, we have chores we have to do every day.
So, okay. So those people,
There's-
if it's just that
We grow
size,
certain types of. I should say, Dad grows certain types of foods that are not widely grown in these territories. So they go to Langmark and they get a bigger, more coin for it there than they do just around here. Around here, it's just food to eat. But in Langmark, it's not grown near Langmark. So it's one of those things that he takes a wagon load in and, gets more for it there. So it's worth the trip. And Mom always goes keeping company, and then, she might find something creative, buy it, and come back, that kind of thing. We're not
Okay.
going into specifics.
and how come you guys aren't part of the family business?
Well, we
Oh,
are.
we
We
take
do
care of the
chores
house.
here, and there's no need for us to go. Besides, there's a festival. We've been
Yeah.
really wanting to attend the festival, and
Well,
we did everything we could to not go.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
go
So
to-
your parents are super lax.
not when they're
No.
here.
No, I just kind of see it as
They're on vacation also, like from us.
they went into town.
So you guys aren't that close. Very good.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you just said they're on vacation from you, so
Well, yeah,
there's
'cause-
really not a lot. It's not like modern times where there's a lot of stuff to do. It's medieval times. You got the fair, and then
well, there's a lot of stuff to do as far as there's daily chores at the farm.
daily stuff to do. Right
There's
now.
daily shit that has to be done, and that's usually what we have to do. But we're a couple young boys that,
Mischievous.
we're pain in the parents' ass. I'm sure you know what that's like.
And
So,
so every once in a while,
They're on vacation, meaning they're not having to deal with us. But if we don't get some of the work done too,
then-
we'll have to deal with them. When they
Yeah.
come, or they'll have to deal with us when they come back.
and this was just kind of one of the things that
We went
wanted
fucked
to
off
do
for today.
and
Difficulty.
did.
Yeah, we went and fucked off for today.
okay. So
So we go in. It's I don't know what's it? Is it like this temperature out there now?
it's springtime.
Yeah. Okay. So there'd be no fire going because we didn't keep it up. If there needed to be a cooking fire, I don't know, it's everything's out.
Most medieval homes had very few windows because the object was to keep the heat in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's always
We wouldn't have light.
you need light sources. Most of that is through the fireplace. A bigger place, everyone can have candles. So unfortunately, you're not going to get, a nice bright light unless you have enough money to have a second floor and you don't think you're going to get raided. So it's dark,
Yeah, we like it, but
and when you get back, there's
Easier to
no
concentrate.
fires or
right.
candles, so you go around and
Light one thing and then use it to light everything else.
okay,
Little
what
dinner
are you
box.
doing while this is going on?
I am waiting.
Here, I point to a chair.
Go ahead and sit. This is humble abode.
So I sit down.
Start lighting shit. I'll go get something to drink. I go get some water.
Go ahead and relax.
And pour it into a wooden
Okay.
goblet.
He's
So,
going to grab some stuff for you.
Come back with a wooden goblet.
I smell it first.
It's just clean water. I mean, it's clean to get some with you.
I'm lighting.
Okay. So after a while, there's candles lit, and you attempt to do you attempt to prepare some type of food?
Yeah, I was just. Why don't you fix something? I got the water. I'm gonna look to her anyway. So fix this one. You know what I like. Water's easiest. So tell her I'm gonna look her over and see how bad her wounds are, and then I'll determine what needs to be done to heal them.
He's gonna go ahead and take a look at your wounds, whatever's needed.
More so than I did before. Tell her it's more so than I did before.
Take a careful look at the time, not like I'm gonna go fix some grub.
Okay.
Okay.
So I do. You take this like. Yeah, just yeah. Okay.
I go in and
then
prepare a common meal.
I do diagnostics on her. Kyle, do you want me to roll that or not? I mean,
Yes, go ahead. I've further clarified this particular proficiency to make it easier on all of us. So go ahead and roll your proficiency or your diagnostics check, please.
32.
Okay.
So head to toe. Obviously, I'm not looking at
Roll a
parts and arts
d3.
wounded,
Roll a
but
d3.
I'm looking.
This is just to get in practice for this. This is
If there's
this is
anything
important.
else that is noticeable that needs to be worked on too, I would know. Too.
Okay. So you examine her for 2 rounds, and in doing so, he examines you closely and touches you.
I mean, I'm not like looking under your skin, or I mean your shirt, but I may be touching. I'm just. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like you're at the doctor, cough, that kind of thing.
With
It's literally a full diagnosis.
you took 4 hit points, right? Okay.
Just
So
for mechanical purposes, I
you,
know how damaged.
you realize she has 60% of her life force.
Anything else wrong with her? Any other ailments or diseases? Anything like that?
No.
Okay. So other than that, she's got a clean bill of health for health. She just got some damage. I don't see anything about this white witch thing that's showing up as far as she looks like. Just not that I've examined elves before, but she seems to be, for a humanoid, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do, I believe it's limb health again. Hang on a second.
Meanwhile, while that's going on, you go back to the barracks. When you get in there, you see about 6 guys getting ready for bed. And
I can cure mummy rot.
Can't do that.
you're one of your friends
Oh no, I can't. I'm sorry. No,
Lawrence
mummy rot.
Or
asks
there's only 2
what you've been
things
up
you
to.
can't do.
Yeah.
What's going on? Did you go to the fair?
Oh, yeah. We were probably 100 feet from where the dragon landed.
He
In
says
between the
What?
dragon and the army.
he apparently hasn't heard this story. Apparently he's been doing something else. So he asked you to tell him all about it.
You haven't heard about all the people that were killed up there?
No. So you have the option, as the DM will tell you, to retell for this character, or you can say I want to fast forward. I roll a d30, and depending on what the roll is, determines if you got the story correct or if you fucked up on your details.
They can be both amazing in there.
And you won't know what you fucked up because you think you told the right story. So it's up to you how you'd like to do it.
Can I go ahead and do the limb health first? Do you do that?
One at a time. What do you want to do?
We'll just fast forward it.
Okay.
You know how that works? You know how saying fast forward, wait,
Okay.
this is
I
fair.
just explained it to him.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd explain it, but
Okay. So
notorious for rolling bad and then it being completely fucking
he's like, wow, that is crazy. I've never heard anything like that. And you're saying it was the dragon was blue, and then the 6-arm thing in it, and somehow the dragon didn't kill the 6-arm, which is weird. I mean, weird.
the dragon ran.
And then it came up and talked to you in your mind.
Yes. You know anything about a white witch?
He says, let me think. No. He says, that's a crazy story. He's like, well, I'm turning in. Sounds like you had a hell of a day. Sounds like I'm going to have a lot of work to do tomorrow.
Yes.
So after you regale Lawrence with the tale, what do you do?
I'm going to get ready for guys.
Okay. Roll a d12.
12.
Everything goes fine for you.
Damn it.
I wanted the sergeant to walk in and go, you motherfucker. No. No such luck. Meanwhile, back at the farm, you proceed to do what?
As I'm doing the diagnostic, I'm talking to her, but I obviously didn't understand what I'm saying. But I'm kind of like explaining as I'm going what I'm doing. It means, I don't know. It's just normal what I say.
Not that you would know.
Not that you would know, because you
He's
don't
just
understand.
like,
Yeah. It's all Arabic, right? So,
I don't know what
here.
you're doing.
Rumbles.
I
Yes.
don't know. Like the cut.
Yes.
So I go like this, and like, and then you feel your arm start to, right where the cut is, feel it get warm.
It's a bunch of my
And
very
then-
old character sheets.
And then when I take my hands away, you can see through the cut. Because I took the bandages off, and
Level 6
it's
adding
completely
all
healed.
that. Some
And then I do the same thing in
more
the back of your knee. I take your leg up, and I put the same thing over the back.
So what
where the
power
cut
are
is.
you attempting?
I'm doing one health.
Okay.
So I'm literally transferring my life to her.
Let's roll them.
Hopefully.
So the first thing you're trying to is on
17. That's exactly what I need. That's double the point she gets back. In other words, I have to lend less of my health to heal her.
So you say how much?
As much as she requires until she is back and full. So I guess 4 if that wouldn't do. Mechanically,
You didn't learn that. You learned
Okay.
the percentage.
she's 6, so I give her 40%.
Yeah.
You said she's at 60%, right? So I give her 40. You know what you said?
What do you want to say?
I have a question on mechanically how this works.
Mechanically, I just have to know to mark down how many points I take of damage,
I know,
which would equal what she's damaged.
but what I'm saying is, do you realize that your lending is twice as effective?
Yes.
So you would.
So I have to give her half of what I. Yeah,
Okay.
I know that.
I was just wondering.
Yeah,
I,
because it's,
again,
Yeah.
I'm new to this.
yeah, I don't. No, I'm well aware of that. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
There are a few things hard.
Where is that?
I don't know. I'm not using cards. Here, just read this. This is word for word, Kyle. It's the bottom one.
Okay. You don't know exactly how many hit points she's missing.
No, I did the diagnostics.
So you tell me how many points.
I did the diagnostics to find
Correct.
out exactly how damaged.
60%.
She's damaged 60%, or
She's healthy 60%.
so then I repair 40% of
No,
her.
you have to tell me how many hit points. Because that's how the power is described.
What's a hit point?
Exactly.
So how do you want to work this out?
You just say,
How's that gonna? She's 60% damaged, but if I don't know what her total is, then how do I know what 60% is? Right? Am I not doing that right? 60% of what? I guess is your point. She's 60% healthy of what? 15 hit points, 10 hit points, 8 hit points.
If you would
I mean,
have,
I can metagame and say, yeah, I know she's got 10, but
if you would have rolled a natural 20, I would tell you exactly how many hit points.
you told me a percentage, so I
Well,
can't.
what if she had 100 hit points?
Well, no, I'm just saying. You said she's 60% healthy, but why can't I fix 40%? If that's the difference of 60 she's healthy, because 60 and 40 make 100, right?
It doesn't say a percentage. It says points.
Oh my god! I give her 4 points.
Okay. So how much does that cost you?
6 total. No, it's 4 plus 2. It's 4 for power plus how many points I
Okay.
transfer. In this case, since they're doing double, it's costing
Okay.
6, and she gets 4 points.
All right. Wonderful. You gain 4 hit points.
And I, on the other hand, look incredibly weak. And I just kind of move over to another chair and just kind of curl up in it and go to sleep. Or my eyes shut, let's just say that. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Literally.
Meanwhile, you are attempting to provide food.
Yes.
Okay. And are you attempting to cook things, or are you rooting around in the root cellar and getting the things that people keep in a root cellar, like cheese and?
I would assume I'm trying to make just. If
Because you know to
get-
cook things, you got to start. You got to get the pot over there, and it takes forever.
My guessing is I was just making like bread and soup, like I guess a commoner's meal.
So
Correct.
so you go and you get the stuff,
Yes.
the bread that's still there. So
It's gonna take me a hot minute,
not that long.
but
There's bread that's kept in a bread box. There's cheese that's kept in the cellar. Bam.
and yeah,
And you give her some.
yes, and I bring it out and I see him lounging in the chair. Oh, here you go.
I start.
And it's just it's commoner's
It's
meal.
almost the best meal you've ever had because you just got involved with a fuck ton of drama.
Yeah,
and
that
you're
and
all-
on the run.
You ain't never seen nothing like that.
Nope.
And you bloodied your first human.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, well, that's true. I guess you don't know what they are.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We're
but
behind the
quote
mask.
unquote.
No, that's fine. Good to know. So after you eat and you get your belly full,
Ah.
What?
Remember?
I don't.
Okay. Well,
Here, you can just slide it across. I remember what you told me. I remember what we talked about, but I never read this.
I let you read it whenever we were done.
That I have no memory. Okay, yes, I remember reading that.
Not my first.
Well,
Oh, hey, good thing to know.
not your
When I do
first pick.
diagnostics, as I have healing, I can, my checks get a +1.
They do. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now what? Nothing? You guys retire for the evening?
You bring me food, I don't eat it. I look like I'm near death.
I
Is what I look like.
yeah. When I see you and I go up to you and I'm like, "You alive?" One of those.
Hey, I got this kind of quirky question to ask the deal. So, can I use healing to heal myself within a round of taking the damage that I traded off with her? Because I literally take a point of damage for every point of healing I give her. Is that a workaround for maybe to get some points back using my healing proficiency, or not? I don't know. You see, you understand what I'm asking, right? I don't know if it would count. That's what I'm asking.
I'll tell you what.
Because it says just point of damage per point of, so I don't know how that would work.
I will let you roll a healing check, and if you can roll a natural 20, then yes.
A natural 20? Not a, nope, 19 though.
You know why?
No,
Because it's psychic, right? Because
no, these are not psychic.
I don't think that
These are not
says
psychic.
how
These are
the
just
damage
for-
manifests.
You can do the same thing.
But
I
I'm
can do.
thinking
52
that
it's not. It's a non proficient ability.
I'm thinking that
Glenn health is psychic.
however
Oh, I
he
see.
would describe
But no, it's
the
it's a
effect
transfer
on
of
himself.
my life.
is that would be like a clue
What
that he lent his own health, whether it be
That's why I'm trying to play like I'm
he
near death, 'cause I am.
gets a little like loses mass, or he gets these red blotches on his arms and his face, or
It's not a
he gets a
transfer.
horrible
Wound, it's just-
nosebleed out of his ears. It could be any one of a however he wanted to say it.
Well, that's why I said I don't. If she had a cut and I transfer, it's not like I get the cut and then she gets better. It's I in mechanics I lose the hit point that she gains, so it heals her and I take her loss of life.
without the physical
Yes.
appearance.
So that's why I said I look like I'm near death because in point wise I am
So that,
currently.
and yeah, because if the way I see it, if it was a trade-off of okay, she has a scar, I take it away from her, now I have the scar. I think okay, you can treat that scar real quick because it's on you. That's what I'm saying is if it was like a thing like that, I would see it as you could. If it is a more of a basically you're giving your soul to her,
That's more what it's like. It's
that's what
she
what
seems
it's like.
all
You
re-energized
can't
and I'm not.
because it's,
Kind of.
it's part of
I
you.
guess.
It's not like
Well, it depends on how he wants
yeah.
it to
Well,
work for him.
That's the way I played it. I said I look near death. I'm just kind of. That's the way I'm playing it.
So it looks like there's nothing wrong with
It
you.
looks like
except you're just
My life force has been drained.
exactly yeah.
So you just need.
But
to
what
rest.
does that? Okay.
So you just need to rest. But
That
What?
I
Let's.
without metagaming, I don't know how to play it.
As long as you're saying you.
I told you I'm trying to sleep
No,
the
no, hold
rest.
on. You
So
said
actually,
you said you look like
it looked like
you're near death.
So I guess he's
But
probably,
wait, no, hold on.
sorry.
What does that look like?
Sorry.
maybe
I can
a
make some suggestions.
a late stage cancer patient, not necessarily without the hair or the maybe a bit jaundiced, frail looking, more like kind of maybe shaking and
Like
not
I said,
able to
looks
keep
like
eyes
he's lost
open.
mass.
Yeah, maybe looks. I mean, not physically having lost mass though. I mean, I can't see that would be a physical change that's not mentioned in any of the ability. So I couldn't say that. It's just like I don't have a wound all of a sudden. But it's like it's a loss of my life force has been drained. Is the best way to say
Then
it.
the only thing I can say
Pale.
is the way you're wanting it for you,
Well, and it's
then healing wouldn't the healing check wouldn't work because
I don't think
there's
it would
nothing you
work.
can do with your bandages to fix your life force.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Now
Well, that's the way I see it working. Or
I'm
am I
letting you
wrong?
do it how you want.
I know, but
That's the way
I
see
can't see having wounds and
it. No.
because that's not what it does. So that's fine. It's just I mean I can't do
Yeah,
it.
like the way I see you
It
look
was
kind
just
of
a
gray.
reach around is
Yeah.
all it was. I thought it might work.
I see that you
It's not a
look
big
kind of gray or pale.
I'm still gonna
It
say
looks
though,
sick.
if you roll a natural 20,
Yeah, and I'll take that chance every time.
it'll work.
Yeah,
Hey, give me a day. I'll be
it's
back.
5%. 5% is still better than 0.
So I'm rejuvenating. No, I'm sitting there. I'm just gonna rejuvenate.
All right, what are you guys doing then? You got a full belly now for the first time in a while, and
So,
you do around here.
mine,
Can you turn your skin down? You're hurting my eyes.
you know what
in,
they're
in this dark room, we can see where she's at.
well, you treated my wounds. You've given me a full stomach.
Now we want.
So I guess I can trust you guys.
I
That'd be the fun part. No, she
put it this way. He spoke to all of us
Oh, he said, thank you.
outside without using words. I think I kind of know what that is.
And what do you think it was?
Not a mystery to us, just be honest.
Yeah, it's something similar to what me and my brother can do, but we've not gone down that path, so to say. I've never seen him or his species or whatever, but I understand what he was doing.
I can do that with.
Okay.
That's why it died. Tell you how they
If
died.
I chose that path, I could do the same thing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
For instance, it's basically if you wanted to, you could learn how to use a spear
Just need to get
instead of using
herbalism,
swords.
right?
Yeah.
That's how it is for me and my brother.
It makes my healing even better.
Except we do stuff outside of the physical world. We do it mentally.
Okay.
It
Like the telepathy.
yeah.
Or well, I wouldn't call it telepathy. But
You'd probably say speaking in
with
mind.
his Jedi mind tricks.
Basically,
I
like
still say yeah.
yeah, I'm still saying yes, but yes, if we chose, we could do that. I don't know everything that happened there, but it obviously had to deal with you. That is pretty clear. And it told us that we were to make sure you chose the right thing. Okay, I don't know what that decision is. Yeah, I can say that I will help you. I'd be willing to help, whatever that is. But in order for me to do that, I need to know more. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's
So you want to know why they were after me.
yes, that would be a huge help.
Well, where I'm from, there's not a whole lot of us, but the women in my small community aren't allowed to be warriors or soldiers because we need to maintain and preserve our race, so to speak.
So your birth mothers, it's all your.
And I didn't want that path. So since I can remember, I went out to the woods and would practice with my bows and my swords. Well, my father's. He was the warrior. He was my inspiration. He is who I wanted to be. Well, a highborn saw me practicing, and again, we're not supposed to. We're birth mothers. So he ran to, I don't know, tell a guard or somebody, and I shot him in the back with. And then
Luna all over again.
and then I ran to my home, gave my sleeping mother and father a kiss, and never looked back. I've been traveling since. So I didn't lie to you guys whenever you asked me what.
I never.
It tells me to regenerate card. Yeah. After the regenerate card.
It's a science, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yep, got it. Use the thing. Sorry. It just went down. I never thought that you would lie. I'm glad you explained that. But
Well, I don't want you to put everybody else in danger as well. So you might as well know.
if that was truly why they were after you,
As far as I know.
if that was truly why they were after you, I'm sorry to say, but wherever you go, you will be putting everybody in danger. Or that's where I'm from. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm not trying to say you're terrible. That's just how it's gonna be. I don't understand how where you come from. That's possible of some them organizing to send out a creatures like that and an army just for you. Again, I don't know your culture, but I just find that far fetched. Not saying that you're lying or that's not true. I just
Well, as far as I
difficult to
know,
comprehend that could be that.
as far as I know, that's why they're out. I don't know anything about.
Wrong one.
So did
Oh,
I
I just
hear
checked it out.
the six-armed creature whenever he said the white witch, or was it just that?
That spoke to all of us.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I did hear that. So I don't know what the white witch business is about, but as far as I know, it's just because I killed the
Highborn elf.
highborn. That's all.
I guess I can see that though.
Mhm.
We have similar structures. There are the nobles, and then there's the rest of us. How you doing over there, brother?
You don't hear anything.
He's sleeping.
Maybe. It's possible. There's a couple of things you can do.
So yeah. No.
So
Now you know.
let me know in 2 hours. Come back on, will you? Please.
Okay.
What time? What do you say? It's dinner time, or
It's dark. It's past dinner
so
time.
it's past. So it's even past something. All right. Um, real quick, there isn't really a breakfast. Breakfast doesn't really exist. Dinner is midday. Supper is evening.
Okay.
For in terms of meals,
Okay.
that's how.
What that means is you can't wake up and put in a hot plate and cook breakfast. It takes time to cook. Most people are out doing work in the morning, and then things are being cooked in the morning. And the midday is when the food would be cooked. You can always get this kind of shit for a breakfast if you want to.
So I would assume after this little talk, I would go in and just tidy up. Grab. I would assume we would have extra blankets and other stuff for bedding, and I would hand them to her and basically make her feel welcomed and make sure she has a place to rest. I'm assuming we just have basically the regular chairs. There isn't a sofa.
It could be.
It's up to you guys. I mean,
Yeah, there's a sofa and 2 chairs. Enough for 4 people to sit on it now. Since we're the only 2
Didn't
there
really
right now,
have-
we have a third.
and
We have bedrooms.
regular people didn't really have sofas.
It's a big chair.
The furniture is something else that costs money. If you guys are running a farm, you're not getting rich. Rich people have other people do things for them.
Exactly.
So it's just kind of the way it is.
So I would assume there's.
There's 2 bedrooms. Yes, there's mom and dad's, and there's mine and yours. But we have
The same room, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right.
You get that picture I know.
Keep going.
So, what are the customs that you have?
The customs.
Let's get into probing questions. I don't know. I guess I'll just kind of make small talk.
Then make small talk.
So, can you tell me anything about your travels?
Very long, very tiring. Most of the time didn't know where I was going.
How long have you been traveling?
A couple weeks,
So,
I guess it would be.
so this happened pretty recently. So I've heard some rumors about elves and other kind. So how old?
That's a cool pick. I need one of each because I want it put in front of where you're sitting.
Yeah, just cut it in half.
Well, I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, we could grab scissors. What do you gotta have?
There's that.
Literally, that's. I don't know.
If it's too
I
difficult,
can't print it out in
that's fine.
color, so I
I
put it
know.
over here. If you want it in black and white, I can print it out. That's not a problem.
Sean,
What?
if you want, I can just go in and
Just enlarge it and cut it in two. Crop one half to one side. It's
yeah. I mean,
I can do that on my phone instead too. If you want.
Yeah.
You want me to do that? Not so
Just
just two
pop a
halves.
picture.
It's easy to do on my phone.
That'd be great.
Okay. I'll do that in just a minute.
So how old are you?
120.
What? Days? Years? I didn't know somebody could live that long.
You might want to live to be.
Not quite 1,000.
No. Gonna say wrong.
800 is about the max. Letting the player know.
You can live to be up to around 800.
Really?
If you're getting medicated, you can just say it out
How
loud.
old did
Bob,
she say
don't-
she was?
I'm 20. When you're awake, I can tell you. I'm waiting for.
Sean was asking the
I
question.
know.
I don't care.
Chris is waiting for 2 hours to go by.
She just said it out loud.
Why are you waiting for 2 hours?
Because I'm.
You're just tired, man. He's over there resting.
Oh, I mean, it's late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then,
Tired.
yeah, I'll just help her try and get comfortable and.
How? I
I
gave her blankets, and then what?
Where am I sleeping?
I've not went to my bedroom yet.
I know.
I'm still sitting in the chair.
tell you what. Go ahead and I show her to our room. Go ahead and take this bed, and I give her my bed. For right now, when my brother awakes, I will talk to him and we'll set something up. Alrighty.
Roll a d20.
Natural.
Okay.
Nice ass fucking bed.
You realize that humans keep house a lot different than elves do. They keep their animals inside where it's warm, and they throw rushes and straw on the floor, and it's not at all what you're used to. Now, whether that changes your opinion of this person or not is up to you.
No.
But I am describing the surroundings of a typical mischievous couple of lads' bedrooms in medieval times. Doesn't smell very good either.
I'd assume so. It's a farm.
So
I mean, it doesn't change anything because they've
and the
helped.
bed, it's not really a 4-poster bed with headboards. It's like pieces of wood or
And twin size made out of hay.
yeah, it's
So
it is what it is, you know.
It's better than sleeping on the ground.
Is it?
you don't know.
It depends on the ground.
Depends on how many insects are in the lice are in the bed.
Twice. I must have hit that.
I got long hair.
Poor elves aren't necessarily any better, but it's a different ecosystem altogether.
Okay.
It's a little bit like stopping at a Motel 8 and the fucking pool's empty in the middle of summer. It's like, goddamn, well, here I am. The one thing you had to look forward to, and it's broken. And then you get there and you turn on the air conditioner in the room, and it's either on full blast or it's off. And in the middle of the night, you wake up and it's freezing. It's like, goddamn. But here you are.
You turn on the air conditioner, it comes up.
You paid your fucking $50, and you're gonna get a good night's sleep. God damn it! And then you try to get a good night's sleep because outside the window you hear a motorcycle and some fucking drunk fucker just hanging outside. Blah 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 blah. It's like, God
shooting an
damn.
ambulance.
Here you're not hearing people outside the window though, because there's at least enough land in between the homes to have strip farms. So what you might hear is dog barking, stuff like that. It's always a fucking dog barking.
Okay. So just basic.
A different set of noises. So she's in the room by herself. What do? You go.
I go back and
Wait patiently for however long until he
Basically,
snaps out of it.
I'll
You wait about an hour and a half.
say I'd be basically resting then at that point.
You can do whatever you want. And then 2 hours is over. And it's past your bedtime. Because there's no clocks, man. You get up when the sun's up and you're sleepy when the sun goes down. The circadian rhythms are hot and heavy here in medieval times.
So I'm doing cell adjustment for maximum points, so I'll expend 20 and I'll get 4 points back. And if you're awake, you see life come back to me a bit, and then I get up and go to my bed. And go to bed for the night.
Okay. What do you do? Did you tell her which bed to sleep in?
Yeah,
Which bed?
I said it. I said I showed her my bed.
Your bed. Okay.
He did say that.
Oh no, I was just gonna like to say it. I'm hoping for some Three's Company shenanigans. We'll
I'll
see.
tell you, if I walk into see my bed, all right, I get tipped all kinds of ways. I couldn't climb it.
I just grab some stuff. I go up and lay down on the floor next to his bed.
Okay. So
What are you doing?
roll me
She's in my bed.
roll
I'm
me a
sleeping on my
d10.
dad.
We'll
Why
see
do
if
you
you
put her
even wake
there?
up. Roll a d10.
What are
I
you doing
wasn't
on,
thinking.
what are you doing on the floor?
You gotta roll really high. If you roll really high, you'll wake up.
Put her in there.
If not, you're sleeping like a log.
Sounds
On the fucking floor.
I go on his
5.
Nope. You're out. Now roll a d20, but you don't. If you roll a 20, everything's great. If you roll a 1, I
Everything's
will tell
terrible.
you what happens.
Don't roll one.
Star Wars rolling over?
It's just some
Star Wars.
YouTube. I guess.
Star Wars
Don't
background
fuck
music.
with me.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, all right. she's you guys are in the bed and room, and she's in the other bed, and there you are. So I guess everybody falls asleep.
Okay, so you didn't hear anything I said? When he
You
laid down
said,
on the
"What are you
floor,
doing?" I thought,
wait, no.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was
and then
role-playing.
that's all I heard.
When he
Alright.
laid down, I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, she's in my bed." I'm like, "Why did you put her in mom and dad's bed?"
I wasn't thinking.
Well, she's and that's what he said. And I said, "Well, then you go sleep in their bed. You don't have to go on the
Fine.
floor."
Sounds great.
And that's what he did.
I
He
don't know
went
why I
sleep in
didn't think about that. So I knew.
And sleep takes you.
the bed. I'm out. Who's gonna mom?
No, you rolled too good. You don't snore. But you
Oh,
do go.
that's
If you would have rolled a 1, it'd have been like.
You don't
Like some
feel
demon coming out of
anything.
It's a dragon back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use I want proficiency probe.
Did all my own things. Oh, you're successful. Okay. Next day comes. And it's a beautiful morning.
I do the same thing to myself in the morning, and I go back to sleep. I'm back in full hit points, and well, I look over. She's still asleep.
Everyone kind of rouses, so everyone's awake.
I'll go check her. I'll go while she's waking up or whatever. I'll go over and
Oh, overnight, you gain 1 hit point.
Okay.
And if you were missing 1, you would get 1 as well.
do it.
And you would get 1.
I'm
And you would get 1.
I'm doing the I'm keeping
That's
up with her
what-
using my healing proficiency. That's what I'm doing now. Is I'm going to check up on her.
I see.
But she's really back. But still, that's what I would do. Make sure everything's healed the way it should. I mean, I know I healed it right, but I just I come over to you when you're like getting up, and I'm like,
When I go in.
Oh,
hey, look over
okay.
here. So I'm like, give me your arm. And so I look at it. I just make sure I look at the leg. I'm like, you're okay. You feel okay? I go back to bed.
How's it
There's
I
going?
need a couple more hours sleep.
How's it going?
Hour and a half ish, actually.
How you doing?
Better. Not as tired. I'm feeling better.
So sleep you guys doing there?
I'm asleep. I'm back to bed. Crawl out of bed, looked at her, and went back to bed. Either rejuvenation jar or sleep jar, same thing. So I'm going back to bed.
Okay, so where
Shouldn't be
where are the hit points on here?
Yeah, but I just used my power to heal myself.
next to your armor. Right above your armor. No.
You can't go
That's your
beyond.
max.
That's your max.
Oh, he
You,
said plus one.
if you were still down a point, you would have gotten one. But I already healed you to max,
Okay,
so
yeah.
you're fine. Just like he said, he gets a point. He doesn't really get a point either. I would have got one, but I just healed myself before he said that. Well, technically, I'll take his point and only spend an hour.
Yeah.
No.
I thought you did so just for that night. But you did more.
Yeah, for half that, I only have so many points to spend, so I can't do it for my full life. I only have so many points to spend. You can only do a maximum solid adjustment on so many points.
I thought you did, it was based on your
No.
cost.
No. Well, it's 4 hit points for 20 PSPs per round maximum.
We're down more than 4.
Yeah.
Did you lend help to the other person, to the other lady?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
had 1 hit point left.
okay.
So I could. That's why I looked like near death, because I had 1 hit point.
Okay, I didn't realize that the other lady at the fair that got the
I gave her 3.
You gave her. Okay.
The first, the arrow lady.
Yeah, the arrow lady. So you.
Yeah, and I didn't have a chance to do anything else because we,
I took- Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, and then I gave her 4, so I was down to 1 hit point. That's why I looked near death. That's why it's. I don't agree with the body changing dimensions because that's not how the spell works.
Yeah, no, I get
It's more like my life force is
Hey.
low.
So I was just looking at it. So we get defense modes.
Yeah.
We get them for free.
Yeah, but I think you only get one.
One at first level, and then third, fifth, sixth, seventh, ninth. I was thinking of starting with Tower of Iron mode.
That's usually what I have. Here's the thing. If let's say you have all of them or have more than one to choose from, you have to choose which one you put up. So try to choose the one that seems like it might be the best, and that's usually it.
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, it depends. If there's multiple of us, then it can be Intellect Fortress. Does it not only protects me, but it protects people within 9 feet?
Yeah, but there's another card you got to look at.
Mind blank.
No, not what I'm talking about.
Mental barrier, touch you.
Just chill for a second. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
I think Intellect Fortress is going to be my first defense mode.
That's card.
Contact.
No, just
No.
one damn card. See why it matters what you choose? Depends on what they're doing.
Gotcha.
There's different ability. There's different modifiers depending on what they're doing versus the defense that you throw out. So it's not just I'm throwing this defense up. It depends on what they're doing, and you're never gonna know.
Where is this stuff? Oh, there it is. Found it. Blank cards.
Well, there are blank cards if you wanted to make your own shit, but you don't allow that.
Yeah. Alrighty.
But you understand? That's why it matters what you choose. You have to choose. You don't know what they're doing to you, but you have to throw something up. So it's a gamble what you're choosing versus what he's using.
Okay. So Tower of Iron Will is just basically one of the really freaking good ones.
It seems, again, it depends on what's being thrown at you, but more or less probably is the best one to take.
I'm not seeing really any.
Yeah, if they hit you with a sonic blast, the Tower of Iron Will,
Well, any of them.
or when,
Iron Will
yeah,
is
that's
the
true.
best, except for when you need to cover a party. That's the only time
Yeah.
when.
Like I said, I usually take it
Yeah.
for that reason.
That'll be my first one.
It doesn't matter if you're going to have one, but
Right.
when you get to choose, it's still you got to choose which one you're going to use. I mean, unless you know what they're doing to you.
Right, because we don't.
But if they're trying to get those little attacks on you, they got to get those little fingers on you. You can't decide to change and do something different later. I mean, that's because then you're wide open if you don't have a defense up.
So I'm just going to add Tower of Iron Will and let Cobb know when he gets back into it. Also, I'm looking at my next kind of. I think I'm going to first go into psychoportive, and then I'll do telepathic. Because
I mean, it's up to you, whichever route you want to take. It doesn't matter to me.
my hope is if we level fast enough, it'll be 6 and 7 is when I can actually do between those two levels. I'll
Sure.
be able to get it.
Okay.
So that's why I'm thinking like I'll get the other stuff first and then go to that.
Okay.
So what do? You attempt to find
I am
the individual?
getting in my chainmail, easier to wear than carry. Gathering all my items, and I'm trying to follow the directions they give.
Okay.
Head on down the road, say goodbye to my next contacts.
So, a
So,
short
and
time
the other
later,
direction, I'm only going to go sleep about an hour. Ish. All I need.
short time later, the dog is barking. Apparently somebody's here.
And they brought a dog.
And you hear a knock at the front door.
Said I'm sleeping. Go away.
I go to the front door. Who is it?
Garrett,
No. Open the door.
She's barrel
Okay, so when you open the door and you can see him in his sleepy clothes still. And you see he is apparently marching off to war.
What two buttons?
He has a helmet, which I can print his picture.
I gave you 2 pictures you can print also.
Okay.
It's easier to wear it than carry it.
That's so true.
Okay.
And I had 2 days to get out of the barracks. My time's done. And some interesting things happened overnight.
Not there yet.
Like what kind of interesting?
Okay, I wasn't specific enough. Those are great pictures.
Well, what's the problem?
I'd like something that shows a full person.
You mean not a side profile?
I wasn't specific enough. That's fine. These are great pictures. They're just not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for where you can look at somebody and go, oh, cool. They've got greaves on their legs, or you're wearing this kind of shoes, or whatever. Backpack. That's the kind of picture I'm looking for. All right. I can still use these, though. We can put these up on the
Well,
website.
those are a pair of brothers where we're not going to find that anywhere else. This is what you're looking for. That's what I was trying to find was 2 brothers that look similar.
Yeah.
That was my point, but
You sent me that, and I had it. I just don't remember. I think I already downloaded it.
We'll have to look. For
Anyway, you're talking
we'll have to
to
look at something in the future.
You're talking
We'll
to,
look at some research.
Garrett at the door.
So, what happened?
Well, do we just tell you, or you stand out here? We just want to get everybody together and talk to them once.
Come on in. Go ahead and take a seat, and I point to the living room, essentially.
How's your brother doing? How's the elf?
They're both doing fine. My brother's resting, and the elf is interesting.
I would like you to roll a d10 and you to roll a d20. What'd you get? 8. Okay. 4. Okay. You hear a conversation at the front door, and you're still asleep.
Well,
So I go out there.
And the elf lady is interesting.
Seems so.
Yeah,
She's got some stones to her.
more than you know.
Okay, fair enough.
I basically talked to her about if she knew anything about what the thing said to all of us, and for the most part, she doesn't. I don't think she actually knows.
Where are you right now?
I just came out
Just
to where they
okay.
were.
hey, we're not playing Thursday unless we win. Is that correct?
I'd have to look that up real quick. I don't
If
know.
we win the next 3 games in a row, then they won't be playing on Thursday.
Oh,
If not,
that would be
then
great.
we will be taking it off because you said you're not playing. if
Correct.
they're playing. So we have to win the Stanley Cup in order to play next Thursday.
Win it as quick as possible.
We need to win it in order to not play next Thursday. In order to play next Thursday.
I see.
If we don't win it
Well, we could lose it.
before then,
Unfortunately.
Well,
Hey, Boston's good.
you're right.
They were better than
You're
us,
right.
so
We could lose it and
they're
then
the
still be
underdogs.
playing
Don't
next
get
Thursday.
excited. That's why I'm excited, but I'm not unrealistic.
One team or the other has to win the next 3.
That,
It's true.
That team had the
The
second most
Stanley
points in the
Cup
league.
needs to be over in order for us to play next Thursday.
Correct.
Is the correct way to put it.
you are correct.
And I hate Marchand, but I wish he wasn't blue.
Exactly. That's the best kind of player. That's exactly it.
He reminds me of, well, I should say that. The only other player I felt that way about was Theo Fleury.
Is it Saturday? Is it Saturday that we have both a Cardinals game and a Blues game in St. Louis at the same time? I think it's Saturday.
Quite possible.
That's going to be kind of weird. Whose seats are going to be those? I guess probably
Is
the
that
Cardinal
the defense
Stadium's
you're
gonna have
choosing?
more
Yes.
openings than the
That
Then
first
the,
three
Yep.
defense mode.
Enterprise Center.
That's the one you want to pick.
Because it's smaller, you got people dying to get tickets in there.
There's some
The bigger
guy,
deal than the Cardinals, it's not the World Series.
there's a guy that's got one of
You don't
the
have-
seats
alright.
where you get
I
to
mean, it
eat
doesn't have
whatever you want.
maintenance. Yes, it does
Yeah.
have an initial, but it's
He's got two
really-
seats. He's trying to sell them
really
for
good.
$14,000. But let me rephrase that. He's trying to sell them for $11,000. The StubHub fee for that amount is $3,000.
Good luck.
No, I don't have it, but it,
I mean, somebody might pay it, but it ain't worth it. I mean, you know, it wasn't on Channel 5 last night. It wasn't on
It was on
NBC. It was on,
NBC.
yeah.
Did you see?
Luckily,
your-
I have all those
I watched the Canadian feed.
Where,
so.
how did you see? the
I have all those
Online.
channels.
Oh, really?
I had to find it because I didn't know which NBC it was on, and I got 300 of them, so I found it.
Yeah, I try not to watch NBC. I'd rather watch Canadian Tribe Hockey because it's their sport.
Yes.
So
I don't think I have that choice.
if you have a
Dish.
computer,
I mean, on Dish, there's not that choice. It's
correct,
right. That'd be interesting to hear it that way, though.
because it's a Canadian station. Canadian station.
They all conducts.
Are you guys done talking?
Oh, I wake up. It's too quiet. It's been an hour anyway.
Are you guys done or?
Apparently,
She
just
come
the
out,
modified scary machine.
say good morning to Volman. From here.
I wake up. I hear her name pronounced wrong.
Look good. Look better.
I don't understand a word you said.
Rip gown.
Sleeves torn up.
I don't remember the back of the gown being ripped open like that. I said her for sit down.
so longer. There.
Guess let me know, Cobb.
That defense, that's just against each round, you're gonna have it up, that's what it costs. Because you can't have it on permanently,
Yeah, I get that. The only one that you really can is
the one that costs 0.
the one that costs 0 and is also a wisdom -7.
I'm just saying, if you're under psychic attack, don't
Uh-huh.
think you can do it the first round and then you don't have to pay anymore.
No, I get that.
Okay.
I it's per round. I get that.
Okay, I just didn't want you to, because
Why? Just out of curiosity, why does it say maintenance cost not applicable? Because it has to be thrown up again each round. Is that what
Correct.
they're saying?
So 0 come out.
hour,
When so are you saying the reason why you're here is because of what happened last night?
Yep. And the standing militia, as it is right now, pretty much all of them are leaving.
I like the city militia better.
All right.
They seem more
Then I think we have a lot to talk about because there's whatever happened last night. I think we should probably wait for my brother to get down here. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing because I'm going to talk with her and ask to basically repeat to you guys what she told me last night. Which, depending on how you feel, will affect how you think about her, but it is what it is.
I've already liked how her style so far.
Yeah, I understand why everything happened the way it did. It's just, it's still.
She had anything to do with what went on yesterday?
I don't think so, but she does. I don't think she knowingly understands what happened yesterday.
I don't think I know what happened. Understand what happened yesterday.
I don't think she realizes why they were after her. She She has a thought of why they could be, but I don't think it's.
Well, I think they were after her because she stood up to him. I
Yes,
think if
but at the same
you would have stood
time,
up to him, or I would have stood up to him.
you didn't hear what he said. Very first thing that the creature that stood in front of us, not the dragon, but the other weird, smaller dragon thing. First thing he said is that she would be delicious.
Yeah,
And that
because
she
he
was
said,
a sacrifice.
right, because the dragon was going to eat it.
Yes, but specifically her, I don't quite understand. And yes, I know she's an elf and not like the rest of us. But
I
something
think
tells me
you-
it's more than just that.
I would have think you'd have said that to any one of us if we would have stood up and not taken the knee. It would have been you standing up, you would have been that sacrifice. It's that person who was resilient, and that's what she was.
Yeah. I don't know. I think whatever happened was more than just what's on the surface.
Only way we find out is if we move forward.
Right. Done yet? Yell to my brother. We wait for my brother to come down.
Okay, great. So after a short time, there he is.
Oh, I feel so much better.
And I guess everyone's there in
Oh,
the,
yeah.
in the eating / kitchen
Morning.
/ common.
Hey, what's your name?
Garrett,
Garrett. How you doing?
doing good.
Did you
Yourself?
stay here last night? I don't seem to
No,
remember.
I didn't.
Oh,
I'm out of the barracks now.
You're right, Bert.
you're wearing your armor. Are we in trouble?
We could be.
I said, are we in trouble?
You're not in trouble, no.
Oh, okay. Well, then welcome.
Thanks. It's like I was telling your brother, it's easier to wear it than to carry it.
That thing somehow makes sense. Yeah. Cool.
And there might be a possibility that we all might start wearing some stuff.
Why? What's going on?
Well, I was telling the story in the barracks last night, what happened
What happened?
yesterday with the dragon and the 6-arm thing.
Oh, yeah.
And about half of them, they looked at me like, okay, whatever, half of them believed that. Needless to say, going farther into the night, they found out what was true is what happened. That guy came up, the 6-arm thing, stopped the dragon. The
It's
dragon-
not a 600, it's called a cemetush.
whatever. So anyway, Junior, the new Lord, the son of the Lord Marmaduke and his wife,
Oh.
is not happy,
Well, yeah, the parents died, right?
and he's running the place now, and he wants revenge.
Yeah. So
There's
the
a
dragon ran off. What about it?
I think he wants him hunt down.
Good luck.
A job opportunity.
Yeah. For who?
Us.
Full of shit. Like an army and a guy who appears out of nowhere and then a dragon? Fuck that.
Go up there and just listen to what he's got to say.
Sounds like some rich kid that wants what he wants regardless of what it costs.
Yeah.
The cost being our lives. Fuck that. I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to say
I
for the
like
time
the
being,
parents.
until I can get a better answer. You initiate that. You can keep it up as long as you want.
All right. So I'm guessing once it's initiated for that, basically combat time, it's active until you find something else. But if there was to be basically a new combat 3 hours later, I would have to reinitiate. That's correct. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to put it up right now for the rest of my life. I have it.
I'll read this. In telepathic combat, a psionicist uses a sonic attack mode to attack another. The attacker and defender must make power checks to initiate their respective attacks or defenses. So that kind of makes me think that whenever you roll, that starts it, which means you would have to pay to to start something.
You pay for that later on in life.
So,
This is,
You can't do that now.
this is the correct way. That's the incorrect way.
Well, I do it the incorrect way then.
how old are you and you're trying to tell a woman what to, that's,
Dude, how many times have I been married? Trust me, I know how this shit works.
25 years when you can't hold a glass. You don't
Three?
understand what it means.
or twice? No, 3. Damn. Why wouldn't it be 3? You love baseball. 3 strikes and you're out. That's- all right, anyway, go ahead.
All right. So,
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Go, Brandon. Ask her how she's doing. Is she okay? I think she said yes. I'm not sure. Okay, good.
would you mind if I shared what you shared with me last night?
They may as well know.
Someone's gonna have to teach her harder so I can
I'm-
understand what
I-
she's saying.
Yeah.
There's too much of this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I mean, yeah, he explained shit afterwards, but I just hate hearing it 10 minutes later.
So basically,
What a waste.
long story short, women are not warriors where she comes from. She wanted to be a
You
warrior
might tell them that.
and did it in secrecy. A noble
How'd
found
she-
out
How'd she do
and
it?
she shot him in the back with an
How'd
arrow.
she do it in secrecy? How'd she become a warrior when women aren't warriors in secrecy? Who taught her how to be a warrior?
She taught herself.
How the fuck you teach yourself to be a warrior?
You know,
Dad had to teach us how to use a sword.
she was good enough to go.
Because she's had 100 years to figure it out.
She's how
Say
old?
what?
So I asked if the stories about elves are true.
I heard they live a long time, but damn, isn't that a
She's
long time?
apparently 120 years old. And apparently that's
Too
not
old
even
for us.
that's not even like a quarter of their life. They apparently
She's
live
100 years older than me.
apparently. She don't look it.
The weird thing is we die before 40 because we're human.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's pretty old.
So yeah. She's had a long time to figure it out on her own. From what she tells me.
Well, I guess that's, she's by trial and error, she's found out what works and doesn't.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks ago, a noble saw her and went to go report her. And I guess she would have been thrown in jail. I don't
A
know.
noble from of her people?
Yes, a noble of her people.
Oh, okay.
So she put an arrow into his back and killed the guy.
She put an arrow into his back.
She shot an arrow and then shot him into his back.
That seems kind of evil.
I think.
Yeah,
So-
I do.
So she seems to think that the army and the dragon and all that is coming after her for that.
So the
I think
Elven
that's too
Lord
petty.
is running these dragons?
I don't think so. That's what
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but that doesn't seem like.
I just don't see that happening.
If it was the Elven King, maybe. But just a noble, no.
Hey, which Elven race is she from? Is she from those new ones, or is she one of the old ones? The ones that moved up here that you hear about that came from the south? Or is she one of the ones that are originally from up here?
Did you move up here or were you born here?
Ran out from.
She was ran out, so yeah, she's one of the ones
Like-
that moved up here. We're not all that bad.
I don't think the story's screwed up. No, I mean, that would explain all the fighting, I guess. Or learning how to fight. Apparently, there's a lot of fighting where they came from.
Well, her father was a warrior, apparently a pretty decent
Well, maybe
one.
he
and
taught her.
That
would make sense.
I don't know. The way she says it is she just really wanted to be like her father.
I can see that.
So she took his weapons and started practicing on her own.
I can see that.
And that I believe.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. I also agree that I don't think this guy had anything
No.
to do with some of these people. So what's the White Witch thing? Get back to that.
She doesn't know.
Oh,
That's why I was trying to tell him.
you know anything about a White Witch? Apparently she's called a White Witch or something.
The people that I talked to, the parrots, they have no idea anything about a white witch.
Hey, you got any powers? Can you do magic? Hey, ask her this. I'm afraid she can't hear or understand.
Can you do magic things?
It sounds
Not
so
that I
gay the
know
way
of.
he asks that in that language, doesn't it? God.
She doesn't know.
It's like
She
you,
don't think she can.
it's like you sing it.
Well, she's not a witch.
She doesn't look like
Ask
one.
her if she puts hexes on people.
You put hex on people.
No.
You saw the expression.
Well, she's not a witch.
My
So
mom
why
used
do
to
you
do
call her?
that.
And what the fuck was that?
I don't.
That Sintu.
Why do you keep calling it that?
Because I like the name thing, so we have names for him instead of that 6-arm thing. I'm calling it a Sintu. You got a better name for it?
Thanos.
Sounds good.
What did she mouth that off? I can't understand.
Something about calling it Thanos. What the hell is Thanos?
I don't know. It's a Sintu.
Yeah, I like
Those
Sentage.
speak the same
Same as
language,
Sintu.
region. I
Sentage.
Okay.
Yep.
write that down. So I won't forget.
I am. S.
I don't care. Sintu. C-I-N.
Still only matters if you
ATUS.
spell it the same way backwards.
Um,
Not to be confused with the Sintushi.
So what do you think about going up and talking to the new Lord?
Hey, God, we don't know what dragonborns are, do we? I mean, other than what we just heard, we've never. That's not something we've heard. So what the hell are these dragonborn things? I've never heard of that before.
Do I?
I have no idea what the hell that was.
So do we want to go listen to this jerkwad's stupid, foolish ideas?
Sounds great.
Are you out of your mind? Ain't gonna look for no fucking dragon in an army.
Neither am I. I want to hear what he has to say,
Oh,
but I'm not doing it.
I agree. All right, yeah, sure. It might be fun.
So we're gonna go entertain ourselves by listening to one of our nobles convince us that we need to go chase down that dragon. Would you like to join?
Just to
I'm not
listen.
doing it,
Just to listen. Tell her just to listen.
but I would like to hear what he has to say. I ain't doing it.
I must say, you don't know what he said, so.
No, that's me saying it. Tell her just to listen.
You
So
know-
for all I know, I just told him to tell her something, and then I'm adding to it.
Why
And
did you
then-
take?
I don't know if he told her or not, because all I hear is gibberish. So that's why I said it, and I'm assuming he told her. It all rolls out right. It's not listening to some context. You hear it roll out.
You want to join us?
Sure.
All right,
Let's do it.
let's go.
What'd she say?
Let's go have fun.
Where do you see fun?
I like watching people make a fool of themselves.
You know, as much of a prick as he is and is becoming, he's still our Lord. I mean, I'm gonna do what he wants.
It's the
He's a
Lord's
kid.
son. It's a new guy.
He is now in charge. His parents are part of the landscape.
So are ours. We're not in power.
Ours are not part of the landscape. Ours are in Lightmar. His parents are burned up, whatever the hell that is, came out of that dragon.
Dust.
Hey, whatever. I'm pretty sure they're dead. That puts him in charge. Let's put it this way. It's like me and you have power. First thing I do is put an iron mask on you. Send you away to some towers.
Really?
Yeah, I see that movie once. I mean, a play. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I'm good. Let's
You're
do
an
it.
asshole.
I know. That's why I'm your brother. Don't ever shoot me with an arrow.
If I do, it won't be in the back.
I don't want to lose an arm.
So,
Rock to see the wizard. Wonderful wizard.
Hey, should we wear our armor for this?
Bring your shit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make it look like I'm ready to go.
I don't want to walk into the trap.
What trap?
That's an army.
You mean the other army?
The dragon.
We're not going from there to go look for shit. We're
I
just
know.
going back home. Oh, we gotta go home and get our
He
shit.
can come back. He can
Right.
come back. They can come and attack a city. With that kind of army, they can attack a city.
I said we go dressed
All
like
right.
we would go, just to show him that we're ready, just in case.
Are you wanting to do this?
I had nothing else going on.
So you want to
wanna go
look
die.
for a dragon that'll kill you or an
How do
army?
we know that thing's
Every
not
one of
gone
them could
to
kill
the
you.
other side of the world?
How?
Because
I mean,
apparently the whatever
apparently
the
he's got
six
some
arm
experience.
thing,
Fuck, I ain't got none.
no, apparently that six arm thing scared it so much.
Centush.
Whatever you call it,
Centush.
it scared it so much. It's gone.
I want to find him.
Yeah, I don't want to fight a Centush either. I'd run too.
You had that dragon that was as big as the house. And then
Centush
the guy
was
a
4
little
times
bit bigger
my
than
size.
us.
A little bit bigger. The fucking thing was half size of the dragon. That thing was 3 times our size. A little bit bigger than us.
Really?
Oh, he's got a folding chair.
Wrestling all 4 of us. And put 2 arms behind his back.
I sent you 2 pictures.
All right.
One of them, the first one.
One's
Just the one
back
I
of
wanna
the
use
head,
for
the
now.
other elbow.
One of them's the elf laying like this.
Yeah.
What?
The
One of
one's
them's laying like
Yeah,
this.
delete.
No, the
Where did you
first
send
one,
it?
Text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Guess I do.
Email.
All right.
You got it.
Sobsgay37.com.
From your phone, you are going to text those pictures to Cobb37Jam.
Where's my goggle?
You don't need goggle. You can do it from your text messages. You can text.
You can text it to
email.
email. You can email the text.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Cobb37Jam@gmail.com. From your phone, not from an email program. Because sometimes I will send back a secret monkey and stuff.
Top 37.
Jam.
Cobb with a C, not a K.
Cobb37 Jelly.
Yes, no comrade.
Cobb-
Not with the game.
Cobb37 Jelly.
Cobb37Jam@gmail.com.
Smuckers. Cobb37 Smuckers. Everybody out there, La La Land, hear that? Send them board. He likes gay midget porn.
The midgeter, the better.
Do it right.
Since I saw Tyrion in a dress, I just couldn't stop myself.
Tyrion in a what?
Dress.
Oh God. Oh.
Or just flow with riffing. Just keep going.
Oh, I sent it.
Okay.
Centush at gmail.com.
Not yet. Well, it's not here yet. Oh, look at that.
Do this. Check it out.
He got it. I don't need to do something from
Here,
there.
here.
Oh my God, you sent the most fucking cliche fantasy girl picture.
It's the one that I can find.
It's a
that
white
goes
elf.
to
What do you
what
want?
I
But
want.
she's fucking got high heels and lace and the fucking the bra bikini. Nothing here. That's a bikini. Nothing here.
It's a bikini.
With a skirt thing.
Well, the other one wasn't any better.
That's okay. If you're comfortable with it.
No, it's a female's armor. The pantaloons of protection. College humor. They were
Are
talking
you a
about.
boy just in girl skins?
There's
Is
the
that what's
other one.
going on here?
Here's the other one.
Which is fine. You can
I
make that
know,
one
I
all you
know,
want.
but the ones that I found, they didn't.
Female
look like the ones
elven
that-
We don't have to have a warrior. I mean, like one with armor on it. It's just
Female
It's just a
alpha
Yeah.
picture
warrior.
thing, you know.
I told you.
Actually,
It wasn't-
if you search
like, I
albino
looked all
female
over.
elf, it gives a ton of.
Oh,
But that's fine. Yeah, if you're comfortable with it, I am.
Can you picture that lady like this?
I just sent the other
Yeah, I
one.
changed my mind.
Fantasy white witch elf.
I just sent you the other
All
one.
right, that's good. I'm
Is
just
that,
giving you shit. Whatever.
is
It's
that
okay.
one wearing the Guardians of Protection? Garters of Protection?
Panties of semen protection.
She doesn't have
Hey,
No,
she doesn't have red eyes.
am I wrong?
touch that up.
Just go to. You know what you can do? Just go to Ruby and take that character.
Here.
Take that character.
Here. Have fun. You can draw whatever you want on it. Make it whatever you want.
What kind of phone is it?
It's a Note 9.
Oh,
It I can make that image whatever I want with the pen, the stylus. You can edit it and change it, do whatever you want. You can make red eyes on it. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, it's a Bluetooth wireless. I can also it acts as a remote, so I can set that up over here, go here, and go click, and it would take a picture. Except I broke this thing. Not big deal. It's good.
the other one, this was good. I didn't like the horns, but she had the dual wielding swords. And
Better. Garb.
Ah,
You
okay.
your garb white or is
She's
it
got a little bit more on
Yeah.
her.
It's a cool picture. It's too bad she don't-
hey, that
Not
one
white
has furs instead of lace. But I don't like the
Fur.
horns.
Yeah. I'll stick with the other one until you find it.
Better one?
Yeah, the horn thing, that's got it.
I don't like
That's okay.
White elven armor.
Just search albino female elf and you'll get a bunch of them. Okay.
That's what I did. I scrolled all the way to the bottom.
All right, so you guys, so are you taking what's on your character sheet?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you just need an elf. You just need
There
an
you
elf.
go.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, an elf wearing an elf. It's just the armor. That'd be cool though. If you had an elf wearing it.
Send me out into the snow. No one can see me.
I am asking my brother to carry my quiver of arrows. Actually, just hey, carry my backpack, will you? My quiver's attached to the side of it.
It's not my fault. He's weak. Where's my brother and
I don't want to hold you up. That's all.
You're weak. Should work out more. Should work harder on the farm.
Next time you cut yourself working on the farm, I'll remember that thing.
so you're having him carry your backpack and your quiver of arrows?
My quiver is attached to the side of the backpack. It's like it's just a couple leather ties, but yeah. Does that make me okay?
We're gonna find out. And where's your short bow?
How much does that weigh by itself?
Short bow?
I know in real life it don't weigh that much, but
Well, if you have him carry your backpack and your quiver, you're able to move unencumbered.
then I've got the bow because it's a long, it's a sharp bow, but I don't want to encumber with it. I mean, being in the way.
And just to give you an answer, how much does a short bow weigh? It weighs 2 pounds.
That's about right.
So there you go.
That's what I would figure.
Okay, so you make your way through the town to the hill where the Lord of Newtown resides.
White witch, elven. No, that ain't right.
And
Elven white witch.
when you get there,
Elven
you
white.
can see at the gate a couple of guards in leather armor carrying shields and short swords, daggers. And they ask you, what's your business here? They're looking at whoever wishes to answer.
Here to see the new Lord of Newstone.
On what business?
Apparently he is looking for someone to help find people who killed his parents.
They look you up and down. They say, one of the ones says, well, by the looks of you, you look like you're ready to fight. We'll escort you up there. You will be asked to keep your swords sheathed at all times. Your spear you're not going to be able to take in. You'll have to leave that in the antechamber. And they look at you. And then they look at you. And I would like all of you to make charisma checks.
For the D20.
30.
Roll a d20 and adding your charisma.
I don't know.
Disadvantage.
No, you got to tell her real quick. Yeah, I don't
I know.
So what was your total?
30. Be on the dot.
What was your total?
14.
That's the low one so far.
Plus the charisma,
Yes.
Correct.
30.
Okay. So, as you're walking up there, one of them looks at you. And he goes, don't I know you? And when you give him a closer look, it's the guy that was a little fluted.
Wait, the drunkard?
The one that smacked you, that you guys almost started fighting with the other one.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, I can't say I remember you.
Yeah, because I recognize her. Why are you bringing her? One's like, enough with your questions, Marcus. He just kind of falls back in line. And you are escorted up the hill into the building. Your spear is asked for, and it is left in the smaller room before you get to the bigger room. There's another guard in there. And then he opens the door, knocks, and they open it from the inside. And you're getting a feeling like these people are a little antsy. Like for instance, the inner door was barred. You hear them pull it before they open it. And as you walk in, you see a well-lit hall with 2 pillars, a huge fireplace in the center, and then a few chairs up at this table at the front. You see other tables that have been pushed to the side of this hall. And he says, follow me. And so he walks up and he tells one of the guards, go fetch the Lord. So, after a few minutes, a young man, appearing to be a little bit younger than you, Ein. Think of a more douchier face than Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Because unlike Joffrey, who had an unblemished face, this kid has a huge scar on his left side from who knows what. And he's also walking with a limp. And when he comes in, he sits down in the chair and he kind of slumps over. And his eyes are red as if he has been crying. And he looks up and he says, welcome to my home. I understand that you may be the ones to follow up on our leads concerning the death of my parents and our most esteemed guards. Is this true? First of all, who speaks for you? He's looking at all of them. He doesn't seem to be concerned with you for some reason.
For now, I believe the local militia, Garrett, Representative Garrett, should speak.
My lord,
No.
They, the one soldier, he's like, may I present Lord Donald of Newstone, son of the recently deceased Lord and Lady Newstone, elf friend.
good day to you.
I'm guessing that you're all aware. I'm not sure if you were at the fair or you've only heard of my offer through word of mouth, but I thank you for coming nonetheless.
We were at the fair. It was horrendous. And then this morning is when we heard about the news that you're looking for somebody.
I would like my advisor, Franklin, to speak to you about what he might know. And he looks over and he motions, and a middle-aged man walks in with dark hair flowing out from underneath this kind of a half helmet on his head. It's like close fitting. It goes around the front and kind of down the back as if someone had like cut a silver ball in half, and it like sitting in its form fitting. It goes out around his ears and goes down just past like the part of your head where you got that bump where your skull ends or whatever that is, and his hair is coming out past his shoulders. And he appears in fairly decent shape. It's hard to tell. He's got this vest on with all these kind of weird like bulges in it, as if it's full of who knows what pockets in it maybe. And he doesn't have a staff, but he's got a almost, you'd think it looks like a twig at first glance, but then you notice that it's been worked and it has some odd shapes on it. And he says, do any of you know anything about the sorcerer that controls the dragon and his dragonborn army?
If I may, I am a translator to our elven friend. Can I repeat what he said? Do you know me?
Donald. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Yeah. He looks up at you and he speaks in your native tongue. And he says, I know you. I have seen you. When I go to sleep at night, I have dreamt of the dragon. And I have dreamt of the White Witch. But you are not on the side of the dragon. You are on no one's side. I hope that my words have no small import to you and what side you pick in the coming struggle. Franklin then says, as you can see by the scars on Lord Donald, his parents thought that having an exotic pet would make Donald more worldly. But unfortunately, that exotic pet turned out to be an immature wormling. And when this wormling was big enough and old enough, it fled, broke out of its cage, and when it did, it nearly killed them. His leg has never recovered, and as you can see by his face, he bears the scars of the wormling's rage.
The Lord is lucky to be alive.
Donald says, I think it's because of our previous relationship that I am not dead. I did not mistreat the beast. But I could sense near the time that he attacked me that he was acting strangely and acting as if he didn't want to associate with me anymore. And I haven't seen it, but I know that it was beginning to give off the colors of the dragon that was seen at the fair.
How long ago was this?
Donald says I was 5.
So it means in a few years that creature could have possibly grown massive.
If that's the same creature. Or someone, and this is where Franklin says, allegedly, someone stole, found, captured, whatever, came into the possession of that wormling, and then his parents obtained it somehow before it was ever in their employ.
Well, someone was controlling that dragon yesterday.
Yes. That was Viterius. A dragonborn sorcerer.
Just when it came out in front of everybody. It made comments towards our new elfin friend.
Donald looks at you and says, what did Viterius say?
He told me that I am the reason that they were all there. That they were all after me and called me a white witch. I didn't understand why he called me a white witch, but I have a feeling I feel that I know why they were after me. It might not be the reason, but
What do you feel?
I give a look towards her.
I feel like a highborn in my people.
I don't see the connection.
Is out of fear.
It's not that I don't see why a dragonborn sorcerer or any of all this my parents would pay because you killed someone. I can't imagine there any connection between.
That's the only thing
Well, we do have. We are friends with several noble houses of your people. Franklin says, you alone will not be able to defeat Vitarius.
What?
Or Locutus.
Just Locutus.
Locutus,
Locutus.
the dragon.
Cute support.
What was the name of the Lord's wormwood?
I called it Blammo. I called it that because when it sneezed, it could make things light up or destroy them.
Very dangerous sounding.
Franklin says, I doubt very seriously that Locutus is the full-grown version of Blammo. Dragons take a long time, as long or if not longer than elves, to mature and age. But we have our suspicions.
So
But what we do know is that for the safety of all here, they need to be stopped. And we think, things that could help you should you choose to seek them out.
Character. Chris. Fucking love this, by the way. I love this. The way it's sounding. Chris is saying that. I love it.
Long ago, under this very building, in the what is now an empty and old musty dungeon, there was found manuscripts of the monastery upon which this place was built. It was destroyed. The land was on the top of the hill. The new lords came before his parents, built this up, took it as their own, and ruled. And in these catacombs were found ancient texts relating to relics of Forsooth. And in these texts, it describes 4 weapons of incredible power that allegedly were used the last time the Northern Realms gods and the Southern Realms gods fought. And they're resting places of these ancient relics of Forsooth. If you have any hopes of defeating Locutus, I would say seek these weapons out, return with them, and I think you would be able to defeat him. As far as I know, Vitarius does not know anything about these, but it is definitely something that if he did find out about, he would do everything in his power to either destroy them or hide them away or do whatever he could do.
Use them for himself.
I'm not so sure that a dragonborn would want to use weapons.
Made from a dragon.
They're not necessarily made from a dragon. They're made from the essences of the elder gods, according to the monks.
So these are just laying around downstairs?
Oh, the texts are. The weapons are not. You must seek out the weapons.
So the text tell us how to find the weapon.
Correct.
Are these just laying out, or are they hidden, the text hidden downstairs, or
The texts are right here.
Are they?
Produces.
So so somewhere down below there's these hidden mystical great magic weapons that'll help us.
Not
together.
here.
Oh,
In the world.
Lord, you do realize we're just a couple foreign boys, and he's what he is.
Well,
You think a magic
I-
weapon would be able to defeat a dragon? I mean,
More to the point, says Franklin. Why would a couple of farm boys offer them to even seek out information such as this?
we wanted to hear what you had to say. At least that's what was explained to me.
We were there. When
Yeah,
the
we were
attack
there
happened.
too. Yeah, we didn't do anything.
When I say we were there, unlike the rest of the locals, we were the ones that got spoken to.
True.
There was
With that,
another,
you see Franklin kind of put the things away.
there was
Both
another
arms.
creature. Have you heard the stories of the other creature that was there?
It was the
Yes.
We have. Do you know of a name that it has?
Senses.
We're calling it
Describe the creature to me.
6 arms,
3 times the size of a man, at least.
huge. And the dragon went to.
That's some sort of mass.
To that.
I don't know, did you? I don't know what you're about to say.
The whole him just not being able, the dragon being basically his fire being quenched.
I think you were facing that direction.
All right. And somehow this 6-armed creature was able to prevent the dragon from even breathing the fire. And as soon as it showed up, the dragon flew away and was scared. And later it did even more phenomenal things. It spoke to us, but not with words. It spoke to us in our minds. That's about as descriptive as I can get, and that's about spot on.
You remember what it said.
Yeah, exactly. Only.
So the coming of the White Witch is coming soon, and we have to make sure that she chooses well.
The coming of the White Witch is an omen. Make sure she chooses well, so I don't have to put her down.
Franklin says, I don't know anything like that, my lord. I'm sorry.
We're calling it for now a syntage.
Donald says, alas, I don't know what it is either, but I will have Franklin and my other advisors do what they can to find out more.
Part of why I'm here is because I would like to find that creature. If a dragon was scared off by something half its size, then this thing is more powerful than I can imagine. I mean,
I would say so.
It would be a good ally.
not only that, but it appears to know exactly what's going on. It appears to have known more legends and studied upon it even longer or more than you have.
It's possible, but unfortunately, if it doesn't destroy the beast, then I can't count on it to protect the people that I'm supposed to. And as I sit on this hill now, it is up to me to to protect the people who live here.
I'm not
It
asking.
sucks.
I'm not asking you to trust in it. What I was merely saying is that's part of the reason why I think that whatever you had to say, it would lead to me seeing and conversing with it again. And that is something I think would be very good. Because whether if it was just a fluke, it showed up. It showed up just like the sorcerers, out of nowhere, and disappeared just as fast. I mean, I don't understand. We didn't hear it coming. A giant creature such as it appeared and then just walked away.
Lord, my brother and I are special. I can heal and he can fight. We have special abilities that enhance our abilities, that enhance those, that which we do. We've never seen anyone else like us. Not normal.
He holds his hand up. He points to the other direction. And he goes like this. And out comes the woman that you healed, holding herself. And she looks up, and he looks at her and looks at you and says, "We are grateful. We cannot ask anything more of you."
Well, what I was going to say was,
She comes over, she starts to cry, and she hugs you.
I heard that. We would like to talk with it because it may be able to teach us.
my dear, will you let me examine you, please? You're still limping. May I?
He looks up at the Donald. He just goes like that.
Diagnostic.
It may be able to help
Total?
us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you do it that way. 29. So she's showed her limping, right? What's wrong? I gave her 3 hit points back.
Correct.
So, what percentage is she still?
100.
So she's at arm. Why is she limping? Why are you limping? I would if there's a reason she's limping, I would know.
Sore.
Well, there's nothing I can do for that, and I can.
Correct.
But I could fix that if there was anything wrong.
I mean, you can still try if you want. She says it's sore. That's why she's limping.
That should pass in a day or so. You should have a complete recovery. I'm actually surprised you're still limping, but
She says it's been getting better. It was only yesterday.
Stuff that we do is more instantaneous.
true.
She says, "Well, I don't care. I think it was, if it had not been for you and your companions, I would have died. So as far as I'm concerned, you're already a hero." And the Donald looks down and he says, "If you all do not wish to take up this cause, I will not hold it against you. You have already done enough. And I will hold out hope that others, noble and true, just as yourselves, will someday arrive and help us."
Will it save lives if we go and dispatch these things? Will it save the lives of the people
I
that
suppose
under your leadership?
I don't, I mean, I would love it if Pyterius and Locutus never came back. But I'll always have that nagging feeling of why were they here in the first place? How does this, why? I mean, there are too many connections. The appearance of this person wrongly accused of being a witch, but you are what you look like, I guess.
Just got a new picture of it.
Blamo leaving all those years ago, and now something similar returns to here versus somewhere else. And there's one other piece of information that I know only because I learned it as Franklin taught me things from other lands. Just last year, the latest, or should I say, the greatest threat to our kingdom was defeated by the Emerald Elves. The great black dragon Blackout is no more. And I would guess that being as greedy and having as much avarice as dragons do, that once Blackout was gone, someone else stepped up and saw their chance.
Sources controlling the dragon wouldn't be a very.
Where these dragonborn came from, we don't know. What they want, we don't know.
Do we know where they retreated to?
You know how an army
Not unless,
manifested
not
itself.
unless these who have special abilities have other things.
Since it seems like we don't know why it was here, and it kind of the Sentus kind of told us that we have to do something with
Protect
her,
basically.
and since she's here and here for us, who knows? I'm willing to do what I can to try and stop these creatures. I don't know if I'll be successful. This seems like we're biting off an awful lot, maybe more than we can chew, but perhaps these weapons will make the change in balance. Without these weapons, I don't see it happening. But perhaps these weapons or items I mean, not knowing what they are, perhaps they'll make a difference. I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to try. If my brother is and our new friend here.
The Lord
And I'm open to anyone else that wants to join, obviously.
looks at you all and his gaze meets yours.
I was interested from the beginning. I cannot deny it. There are many things that I think would be great if, not only would it be fantastic for our family to have something go with the name than just another commoner. It provides a great learning experience for me and my brother. Something that we couldn't get anywhere else.
He nods,
I would like to develop my abilities.
and then he turns back.
I'm pulling a Sean, okay?
Yes, keep going.
I would like to develop my abilities, and so that I can do more things.
Yeah, our parents keep telling us it's time we get out of the house anyway and go.
I think they're tired of us after a while.
Yeah. What a better reason than to do it on the quest of our Lord.
I would really appreciate it if
Think of the chores we
let
don't
them
have to
know.
do anymore. Yeah, would you let our parents know? We'll leave right away. We'll need a couple things if you can spare them, my Lord.
His crooked face gives a slight smile, but it
They're away in Lightmore
looks
right
more
now.
like a sneer. Then he looks at you, Garrett, expectantly.
It's 20.
What have you
Revenge must be taken.
That's in the right one in
We must
email.
defeat these.
I couldn't tell because it's good to see the face. Right, Jay?
Yeah.
It's up the bar.
He nods. And he looks at you and he goes,
I would like to address my lord. Because he's the one that speaks my language, right?
yes.
You said you had dreams
What'd she say?
about me and the dragon. What kind of dreams?
In one dream, you are riding the dragon, looking out over a great forest. And then off in the distance, you see a great tree. A tree as tall as a mountain, filled with elves not of your kind. And as you go to fly towards that tree, and that's where it ends. And then at other times, I see you in a pool of still, calm waters. You appear to be bathing. But as I continue to watch, I think to myself, am I ashamed? And then I realize that you are bathing in the tears of all of the humans that ran you out of your home. And then again, I awaken. And I thought I was just had an active imagination.
We all wish it were that simple.
So will you join these three humans and look past them as you look past me?
Well, I've already accepted the fact that not all humans are bad. Because these two took me into their home, healed me, fed me, gave me a bed to sleep in. So I will travel with them.
Franklin says, all right then. My lord, you entrust me to give these ancient texts to these group of adventurers to seek out the 4 weapons of the ancients and return with them and slay the dragon and his dragonborn overlords and all that follow them. And Donald says, I do. Make it so. And he produces the leather-bound tome, several wraps on it. And you reach out. I would like all of you to roll charisma checks.
D20.
20 and add your charisma.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 as well, brothers!
Yeah, but what's it give you?
Oh, no, you
I just want to know what you got.
Well, what did you roll?
I got a 36.
I got a 15.
24.
What'd you get? Add your 20. What's it?
You got it. I got only 31, but still,
Oh,
we're
I'm
not
just
more
saying.
20 brothers.
36.
Okay.
We're fantastic. Only with the 2 of you will we be able to read.
Yeah, right. This character can't mend shit yet.
Right.
Military bonds.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. It's not happening anymore.
Franklin looks at you, then back at you. And then over at you. And then lastly to you.
Well, Lord, what language is it written in?
That's my biggest curiosity.
It is written in Granissimo. But have no fear. I can give you something to help with that right now. And Franklin produces this small, round, kind of a it's kind of like, it looks like a brown rock. Imagine like if it was, it looks like a brown stone, like you would put in like a walkway. I don't know what kind of stone it is, but it's brown.
I'm telling
And but it's like it's been kind of like hollowed out in the middle, so it like you could put water, like it's only about this big.
So kind of like the shell on Harry Potter.
Don't know what that is, but I'll believe
Sure.
it. I don't know.
It works. It works.
It works. He says this is a translator stone. Whoever holds it can speak to any other thing or
Random cat.
read any other thing. What is it?
Another cat,
Cat outside.
Oh.
black and yellow tabby.
I gave it a blowjob, so now it's showing.
Damn it, Cobb.
Why? Did you want to?
You and Samantha.
No, but I wanted the cat.
Well, you can have the cat.
It's gonna stick around here. You gave it a blowjow.
True.
Well,
I'm
be
pretty
here-
good.
be here with
You're gonna have to bring it, girlfriend, if you want to take my cat. I don't know how good you think
Only
you
way
are,
you
but
can get my pussy.
I'll chomp down on it.
I'm innocent for once.
Yes, he is. For once. Every other time, no. Okay, so he says so.
Must you need to be able to read for it to work, or can you be able? Will it allow you? Will you understand what I'm saying?
Whoever holds the stone,
Will suddenly be able to read
yes.
any language? I guess any language,
Uh,
or just specifically.
well, as far as I know, any language, but there are more languages than I know.
Would you be able to understand,
For
like
instance,
spoken?
let me try it.
if Franklin gave you this, you would be able to speak their language.
Okay.
Oh. So as long as you're in possession, and you,
Yeah.
so she would hear.
I'd be able to understand you guys and speak. your
So she would be able to hear Northern tongue and speak it, understand it. That would be very useful.
So,
Well, then she should have the stone. And I mean, it doesn't matter who has the book as long as we're together. How heavy is that book?
Donald motions you to come forward. Franklin hands you the translator stone. And then he looks over at you guys and hands you the book. The book is probably about 3 pounds.
Yeah, more than you can carry.
It's leather bound.
The warrior gets the book.
It's got 2 ties on it
So,
And
to hold it closed. And then he says, and for traveling, here. And he gives you a case. Imagine the bookcase is like a cigarette pack. You put it in the top and then it closes.
Okay, yeah.
waterproof.
It's supposed to be.
Probably just resistant.
The resistance up to 10 feet.
Franklin says, I have no idea who all knows about that. As far as I know, nobody. But,
As far as we're concerned, everybody
well,
knows.
both, really. I mean, the stones.
not that.
Really?
important. I don't
I
think so.
think
Seems like a
that's-
wonderful item.
Nobody else finds out about it.
There
So no
hasn't
one
been a
else-
big need for elves to be able to speak, and most of them.
No, but it would allow us to read ancient texts or
Yeah, there's not a lot of that going on. Till now.
could be. I would love to have something like
It's
that.
good that you have that big of an imagination, son.
Well, I mean, we're about to go out on a quest, and who knows to find what. Hidden by texts that are in foreign languages, so we're gonna obviously find stuff that's gonna need to be read. I mean, that's the perfect tool. I'm just saying. You got any more laying around?
Franklin's like,
I think they're really is
you seem very confident.
Well, I want to. And this is. I'm getting more excited about a moment to do this. I hope I'm not wrong. That this, we're not leaving
I
this
think the
over
less
doubt.
people who know about that book, the better.
Franklin says that would be my
Oh
counsel.
hell yeah! Or especially what's in it.
Because apparently, by his reaction, it must be more valuable than I ever gave it credit for. So I guess maybe, yeah, guard it carefully.
So I guess these items that we're looking for were made by the dwarves. No, a minute. Or do you know?
I started reading those texts, and when it got to descriptions of certain places, I stopped.
Because
Because it was describing things that might be there that I don't want to even give a thought to.
but we're gonna have to read them to find these items.
Yeah.
Oh, joy!
I can appreciate you guys. This is amazing.
You've been around forever.
Oh.
Can you understand us?
Yes, they're good.
You
Hey,
need to write that down, what you have, 'cause whatever you were given. If you didn't write it down, and then you're like, I don't remember. Oh,
that's what the indentures are for, isn't it?
What was the stone called?
translator stone. It has a
Plus 2 nipple
it has an ancient name, but
You can't say it. It's an Elvish.
how dare you?
Well, that's cool. You can understand me now. That's really good.
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah,
That's
no
for
kidding.
sure.
Now we can't joke anymore.
Thank you for being my translator.
And now you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah, now we gotta watch what we say. No more joking around. Ha 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 ha.
Franklin says, "Well, my Lord, anything else?" Donald looks at you all and he says,
Point in the right direction. Perhaps some time to study the book here. I mean, we don't, unless we have a direction to go, we need to start reading the book and understand it.
I will have Franklin show you to the guest quarters, and you all can stay as long as you want.
May we put together a requisition list of some traveling supplies that might make our trip more productive or faster.
Absolutely.
We'll work on that. Perhaps that'd be a good thing for you to do, sir. You are more experienced in this matter. I would like more healing supplies, though. I'm running low after that big issue out there, and there are a lot of people using a lot of supplies. I've only had so much.
Franklin says, "Well, unless there's anything else, then allow me to escort you to the guest
I follow. Thank you, my lord. I do a bow, and then
I curtsy and all that stuff.
He kind of nods and starts to cough. Kind of gets up in his
my lord.
like helps him.
may I examine you? I might be able to help cure whatever's going on there.
After what you did for my sister, how could I say no?
Let's go somewhere where you can be made more comfortable, and then and more private. You may not want the information.
It's okay.
Okay. Please sit down. Please sit down. I do a diagnostic on it. 28.
28. All right.
He's dying of the wasting.
I cure that because it's not one of the two things that says I can't cure.
Exactly. I know. I get it.
Nobody says two things.
Okay.
I'm so pissed off by
The
that.
patient has suffered physical damage, though
Was he at the party?
it was
by your examination so long ago as to have healed to the best of its ability.
Okay, I can still fix that.
Yeah.
Regenerate. When you get it.
Exactly.
When you get it.
I have.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Regenerate's the only thing I
The,
can otherwise I'd have to break it and then reset.
his life force
Right now.
is at 95%.
So
Can I get a regenerate in the card back?
injuries that are, I mean, like what? He had a broken bone that healed wrong or something like that. Is that? I mean, I know what it is. Like, if he's having trouble walking, like it's maybe a leg or something, or maybe a chest injury or something.
If you remember, while he was talking, he said that the
No.
Lamo fucked up his foot.
I take extra time to examine the foot. So the bones apparently healed wrong, or as they would
He has
have.
half a foot.
Half a foot.
That's when mommy says, "Oh, I'll take care of him." Oh, anyway, he has half a foot.
I can fix that.
He says,
Regenerate's an amazing science. If I would. Actually.
he's speechless.
This will take some time though, and I will need to spend many hours
Yeah.
reviewing, just concentrating on the wound, the missing foot. It would be helpful for us both if we could both go somewhere more comfortable. Perhaps somewhere where you could lay down so I would have better access to your foot, and a comfortable chair for myself.
I'll tell you what.
I will regrow your foot and
How-
you'll have full.
How about take the rest of the day in the guest room or whatever, prepare the list of things that you think you're going to need, and in the morning after Mass, I will return to my bedchambers and you may perform the miracle there.
How I mean, you need to determine to grow half a foot back.
Well, what am I looking at?
Regenerate.
Okay. Let's see. And what, where is that? Which book is that? Sonic Temple? No?
WW.
76. Okay.
Did you have it right there?
Here, you don't even have the spell. You want the card back. That's helpful.
I want to keep copies freaking set together.
Correct. Yeah, don't.
I was borrowing the card. Sorry.
I know. I thought you found all the cards on that one. No?
It's not a big deal.
I have to go through and find it for you that day.
Regenerate. Okay, so let's get through this day first, and then
I would know. I want to know how long it's going to take because I might not be able to do it. I don't know how long it takes. I know because I've done the. I know how long it's going to take. I need. Sean wants to know.
All right,
mechanically.
hold on. No.
I may have to come back next level. I can.
Okay.
I can regenerate a finger in
3
one
full
turn.
turns.
I need 30 points. God.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I have 29.
You're 1 point away.
And all you can say is with your diagnostics,
it takes one
you're
turn
like,
to grow a new finger. I mean,
I'm,
making just 2 to grow a
I'm
foot.
not quite powerful enough, but when I
Freeze an
return,
arm.
I will be able to.
Tease. Right?
All right, so
Power level overnight.
you guys go. Do you follow Franklin then to the guest quarters?
And I say that to him. I say this. I'm not quite strong enough yet to completely repair this injury. I will be able to restore your health this evening. However, the rest of this, I need to return at a future date. I'm more powerful, and I can completely repair your injury.
I believe you.
But I can.
Looks at his sister, and she's like, "Oh yeah."
But I can. But I can, as I reach out and touch his whatever I can touch arm. I can, and then I go ahead and do lend help. And I'm going to.
Hold on. Wait, because I might be able to give you a better.
You said
information.
95.
I did.
So
I got a question. Could you do regenerate over a couple
Hold
of
on.
times?
Hold on there.
ask me.
Could you part of it now, part of it
No.
later? Not how it works.
No.
Okay, so I'm.
I can't grow half a finger back and then the other half later. The task is to grow back to this finger or whatever, our arm, whatever it is I'm growing back takes X amount of time to do.
3 times per
Okay,
minute.
so
I know, I read it. I
the
know.
cause of his, what you think would be lack of being at full life force, would be the fact that he has a severe case of the flu.
Okay.
So all while this is happening, is Franklin still?
Well, this is kind of, it's happening
wait.
faster than it is on the tabletop.
I even wait. That's it.
Now let me ask you, Cobb. Couldn't restoring hit points? Sure. I mean, it's like you got a cut, and magical healing makes the cut go away. So couldn't hit points also magical healing also makes the flu go away?
You realize that what you're trying to do would
Oh,
be,
this is Sean asking.
yes, would be temporary. If you were to use your healing proficiency, you might be able to
You talking
provide
about regenerate?
some relief
So just
of the flu symptoms that has taken away 5% of his life force. So in this particular case, you're attempting to cure the flu with a hit point thing, and that's not the way it works. Because the flu isn't in the same sphere of ailment.
Or would you put
But
it
a
in
healing
this?
thing would,
Are you talking about just the non-proficient? I mean,
Yeah.
the non-weapon. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were. Because I mean, some of these other things do different things, but like, you wouldn't consider it like a disease?
correct.
Okay, so I'd do my healing proficiency.
Go ahead. And don't forget to add the +1.
All right. Why not?
Okay. He's got severe pneumonia.
Okay.
So, giving him hit points is going to be a temporary relief. The pneumonia's got to be cured. It's not a disease, it's a condition. They're different. But with your healing knowledge, you know that if you give the guy this hot tea that you got to brew up and, put a little Sinishammy in there, it's like, oh, I feel better. Medieval Tamiflu. And he's allowed to get better.
All right.
So that'll take you a little bit longer than what you were hoping.
Yeah,
but you have the
I
correct.
explained to
You
him.
have the expertise to do
Right.
so.
I explained to him what it is, and then who do I need to talk to make sure that who's got to fix the stuff for you that you need to take to get better. It's going to take a
Franklin.
week. It's going to take a week.
Franklin.
All right. So then I explained all that to Franklin. This is what's wrong. He needs to take this, this, and this, fix it together, make it warm. He needs to stay out of drafts, out of cold places, blah, blah. If he can stay in bed for a few days, that'll make it, they'll shorten the amount of time he's going to be ailing. He could die from this, that, because these things aren't take care of. It's
Oh.
important.
Franklin's like, all right,
He needs to stay warm, no drafts, keep the fire going, uh, keep warm beverages in. He needs to stay off the seat as much as possible. And you will see an improvement in a few days. And the improvements will only increase.
right on. All right.
And while I'm here, I'll check in on him every day.
Franklin asked the scribe to come over. You tell him, he writes it all down.
Right. And I can write too. Just give me something to write on. I'll write. Okay.
And the first prescription in history is written. Woo! And you can't read the signature.
Look at big zero.
Yeah, it's a 0.
What's that? Okay, so do you guys follow Franklin then to
Yeah.
the guest quarters?
I
Okay.
get my spear.
Yes, okay. The you are led there. The guest quarters, there's 2 rooms. Each room has well, there's actually 3 rooms. There's one that's got a big bed, and then there's 2 rooms with 2 smaller beds in it. So you guys, he just says you can pick whichever. He says this one has that. Those 2 have that. The big room has a garderobe, if that matters. The other ones have chamber pots.
A what?
Where you shit.
No. I walked to the big room. That's simple.
So he says, if you need anything, I will post a guard here in this area. You gotta just walk out.
Well, I need someone to escort me to see the Lord every day because if so, maybe you could just have them meet me here in the morning and I'll go tend to him and make sure he's healing while I'm here.
Well, this guard's going to be here all the time. Whenever you are ready to go somewhere, you will request that an escort be provided. And he will take care of it.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Would you like to share the room with me? It's plenty big and there's only 3 beds total, so I'd be willing to share this bed with you.
now, hold on. I said that there's a big room that has a big bed,
Oh, I thought you said you
and then there's 2 other rooms, each with 2 smaller beds.
Oh,
So
no,
there's
never
5
mind.
beds total. So you guys can pick whatever rooms you want.
I didn't want you to sleep on the. My brother, he'd like to sleep on it.
So
I
you
just go in
guys,
one of the smaller ones.
okay,
I want the big room.
Those beds.
okay, you go in the big room.
I'll follow him real quick.
Him?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can share the bed in the big room. I'll go take the other room from her,
Okay.
opposite of her.
Okay.
Well,
I don't care.
I want to try out this fancy thing.
Sure, you're on that side. The opposite side of the room. Whatever room. A hole in the floor. With the curtain.
I'll need to take off my chain now and get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, same here.
They got saying.
You guys settle in,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's where we'll stop for tonight. It's 9 o'clock. Nice.
Next week, we work on a list.
You got
Next week we ain't playing unless somebody wins.
I got faith in the Blues, Dave.
I'm just saying.
yes, keep that in mind. Sean's correct. If the Blues game is on, we are not in.
I mean, I don't care all game, but
It's once in a lifetime, so I'm not gonna.
not once in a
Listen.
lifetime. It was 1970 last time it happened.
How old were you in 1970?
During the Stanley Cup
Older than
playoffs,
me.
Uh-huh.
I would have been.
He didn't care about hockey at the time, but he was still older than me. They've only been around. They've only been around since '67, and then in '70 they got to the
In
playoffs.
1970, I was 6.
You
I
were
was
60?
worried about.
Did you say 60?
Yeah, I was worried about.
Jesus,
Buzz
you're
Bunny
old.
Next morning, and who could know? I didn't know what hockey was.
Yeah, I didn't know what hockey was.
Yeah, I don't remember 1970 as far as the
That's
game.
it.
I don't remember it either.
You better not.
Were you even born in
Do
1990?
you need to ride home?
94.
Do you need to ride home?
Yeah.
Which direction do you look?
Directionally impaired.
All right, when you go out to Highway 30, you go north or south?
directionally impaired. I have no idea.
I'll give you a ride home wherever you live, if you want.
You live in Cedar Hill?
What's the name of the city you live in?
It's, I live, you
Oh,
know where
then
the
you're close.
the stoplight is?
I know lots of stuff.
Okay, the one that's next to the fucking the
High school.
Price
Hold
Chopper.
on.
You know where.
Are you going over the 55 across M?
55?
Are you going to 55 by going across M?
Where does she need to go? I don't care. I picked
M.
Emoji up, I
MM.
picked Chris up, yes, that's the direction I'm going.
That's all you need to know. So just
I have, man. Yeah, I actually am going that direction apparently. Well, not apparently. I am going that direction. I'd be happy to give you a ride. And if you need a ride too on Thursday, it's not obviously probably
How
not.
much are you doing?
I can always pick you up too. I used to pick you on Emoji, right?
As soon as I got off work, I started.
Little Dave.
Little
Little
Dave.
Dave. I call Little Dave tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow, 3 or
That's the
4.
big guy.
Yeah.
I used to pick him
Thank
up.
you for watching.
I'm trying to pick up a couple more.
Like, comment,
Picked up
subscribe,
a lot of different players. That's
etc.